Okay, so we're now unmuted. There you go. Okay. And now you want me to mute it again? Yeah. What's up, everybody? We are just getting ready now. Hey, where's your microphone? Okay. We're just getting ready. As you can see in the corner, we do have a timer. So if you just bear with us, we'll be back shortly and we will be getting right into the action. But for now, we will do our vocal warm-ups. Unique New York. Unique New York. Yeah, I'm unmuting you now, Jabroni. I'm unmuting you now, so please behave. Behave. Okay, let's go through. What's up, everybody? My name is Halloween, and to my left, as always,
Jabroni_bro.
And we are going to be your casting duo today as we go in for the second ever All Hallows Cup, featuring some of the best talent that we've managed to pick up here in Europe, outside of the HGC, and they're going to demonstrate their abilities for you tonight with quality esports entertainment. Isn't that right, Jabroni?
That is right. And what will this culminate to at the end of tonight?
Well, this is round one. This is the initial opening brackets, which we can show you here. So, what you see here is the games that we are going to be featuring tonight. We've got our opening game is going to be 5 Monkeys versus Skog Support. However, at the exact same time, over on channel number 2, which is Hot Karis, that's twitch.tv/Hot Karis, as you may have seen on the Twitch stream, or if you're struggling, you can ask someone in Twitch chat, and one of our admins or moderators will be able to direct you there. But that channel number 2 is going to show Avada Kedavrat Bliat against 42 Esports. Now, I believe 42 Esports are getting their debut in this tournament with that series, so it's going to be interesting there. And then once they're completed, taking you back to Channel 1 here for Halloween Heroes, we're going to see Flavia Felix, the Russian team that they are out of Heroes Lounge, fighting off against Hybrid Esports. And then on Channel 2, again, we're going to have Project Hive, the Heroes Lounge current winners, playing off against SFD Gaming. And that will look at the brackets something a little bit like this. So, yes, as you can see here, we've got round 1. That's what we're going to be going through today here on Halloween Heroes in the All Hallows Cup. But once we have concluded that, in day number 2, we will be starting off with the semi-finals. And then, of course, on this channel here, we'll take you into the finals. And then on Channel 2 will be the 3rd place. So, and then that'll give us our top 3 teams, which will get their prizes. And then we'll have our winner. So, that's great, isn't it, Jabroni?
I mean, yeah, hopefully it runs as seamlessly as those transitions.
Oh, I like it, I like it. So, as I say, folks, if you just bear with us, we are getting ready. And we will take you through to the first game. So, if you just hang fire. Jabroni, there's something deeply, deeply wrong with you. That's the problem we've got now. That is absolutely what the problem is. Okay, so here we go. Welcome back. Welcome along. This is All Hallows Cup number 2. This is round 1. We are going through the brackets here to see who is going to make it through. It's a single elimination tournament. First, all the teams here participating are fighting for that sought-after cash prize.
Cash money.
Cash money, baby. So what we're wanting to see here is, interestingly, it's the top 4 teams that came out of Heroes Lounge, which is the largest. Well, it's now in NA as well, but it's the largest amateur European tournament for Heroes of the Storm. But as I say, now available in NA as of this new season, which is just about to start. Mm-hmm. I believe sign-ups are already closed for that.
Oh, no.
As of last night.
Oh,
As of last night, literally, just very recently in that sense. But what we're saying is that the top teams that come out of their championship finals are offered a place in this invitational tournament, and for whatever reason, during the massive roster apocalypse that happened, we got 4 Heroes Lounge teams, but it wasn't exactly the teams that won, but they, as I say, through their roster changes and they issued permission to other teams to take their place and whatnot, and then we have got the teams that we have. So very interesting indeed. As I say, we're just waiting for our teams to get their things sorted, and then we will be proceeding. Sorry, just 2 seconds there. We just had a quick bit of questions there.
And the questions have been answered.
Yes, that's it. Sorry, fill the negative space for me, Jabroni.
So yeah, do you want me to tell them about where we're playing? We're playing on the live patch.
Yes.
And guess who's available on this live patch?
Well, I mean, I know, but do you want me to still guess?
You can guess.
Okay, is it Asmodan?
No. See, you're wrong. You're awful. You're rubbish. It is the one, the only.
Mal'Ganis.
Mal'Ganis, yes.
Mal'Ganis is actually available now, so we'll possibly be seeing him tonight.
That's the thing. I think this is going to be an ace because Mal'Ganis is banned at BlizzCon. We haven't been able to see him, I'm pretty sure. So this is going to be cool. We now get to see where these high-level amateur EU players can place Mal'Ganis in the meta.
I just saw someone commenting on the fact that our cam's black and white because it's Halloween and we're spooky. That's meant to be. That is the case.
An old, like an old style.
Or that we're
horror
ghosts.
film.
Or that we're actually broadcasting
Ooh.
from like the other realm. That's possibly what's happening here. But yes, thanks for all the follows. By the way, there's been quite a few rattling in there. But Jabroni, what's happened here is our 2 teams, which is 5 monkeys, featuring the some members, such as Wan on Tank, from the previous lineup of Hybrid Esports. They've formed a new team, and they're playing off against Skog Support. So this is interesting. So we're going to see if the ex-Hybrid players have got it in them to show that they are a worthy new series of opponents, or if Skog Support have the upper hand. We'll find out. But yes, they've done the coin flip. What maps have been banned?
The maps that have been banned, unfortunately for everybody at home, is one of them is Cursed Hollow, which I'm pretty sure everyone's upset about.
Everybody likes Cursed
Everyone
Hollow.
likes Cursed Hollow. You're always set for a good map. And then Sky Temple.
Yeah. So no surprises with Sky Temple being banned. I mean that's one that seems like it gets a bit out of hand. So that's fair enough.
That is one of the ones where it allows a lot of cheese if you want to go. You can see the Samuro solo support Abathur, or you can see the Morales comp where they with Ethereal, and you fly them into the core, and then you fly them into the keep, and you fly them into the core. So, and it is just such a hard map to come back on if you get behind in the first few minutes. So
sure,
good to see it gone.
Good to see it. Good, gone and done. So that is that. So as I say, we're just waiting now for our teams to get sorted. And what map are we going to?
I'll let you say.
It's a 3-lane map. It features an objective that everyone has to fight around.
Oh, yes.
There are guardians that defend that objective, and it's not Sky Temple.
Because Sky Temple was banned.
So therefore, it is Infernal Shrines.
Yes.
Did I say it spooky enough? I think I did.
I'm sure to nobody's surprise that we see it in a best of 3 series between the top teams. because
yes.
everybody plays this map.
That's something that we
Everyone
forgot
plays
to point out. So this is a best of 3 format, single elimination tournament up until the finals, which then go to best of 5. So we'll be interested. Whoa! And it went to. Am I right in saying that the last All Hallows Cup? No, it was. It just we saw 3 games just right straight out, because I think did Skog Support not dominate? Skog Support were against EPG, and it went to game number 3, and they almost won, but then they threw at the last minute, if I recall.
No idea.
I do remember, and we also saw the Lost Vikings on it, and that was shocking. We didn't expect to see that at all.
Yeah.
But because I remember speaking with Max Passion afterwards, as I was issuing him his prize money, and he was talking about how he felt that his team had it in there to win. So they've got something to prove now, and let's see if they can do it. So be interested to see that. So if you just bear with us, folks, we will now take a short break whilst we get the things ready, and we will be ready with you shortly for game number 1.
Shortly ready.
Right, Jabroni, we're back, and you've got a real problem with those videos that you keep watching on your phone. Hey, alright, welcome back once again. My name's Halloween, and as always, to my left is...
Jabroni, the music man.
That's it, Jabroni, the music man. And if you're just tuning in now, this is the All Hallows Cup number 2, and this is the first bracket, the first round bracket. It's a best of 3 between 5 monkeys here in blue on the left, and Skog Support. You know them, you love them. It's your Swedish forest monkeys playing in red on the right. Now, this is going to be tense stuff. We've got a lot on the line here. I'm very interested to see how this goes.
Yes. Fire at a circus. Is that what they say? Intense.
What? A
Intense.
fire at a circus?
Intense.
Oh, intense,
An
right,
intense
okay.
game.
Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't get that immediately.
So, as we see, Alex Straza banned out. Alex Straza, you pop your D on the first shrine, you get yourself a free shrine. She is the kind of hotly contested healer on this map, so if you don't want to play her, just ban her out on the side of Skogspor. And unsurprisingly, Genji is the counter ban. Him and Maev have just been banned, basically, first ban every time we have been casting in all Hallows Cup. I think someone could fact check that though. So next ban, Ink coming.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort this out so that we can get.
While he does out, the newly released hero, or newest released hero, I should say, Mal'Ganis, has been banned out. Unfortunately, we don't get to see where he would lie in the meta, if he's main tank, if he's off tank. I'm still waiting to see people better than me play him, so I can make a decision.
So Maev has made it through. Maev, hotly contested tetherer with a lot of CC. Interesting to see her right out.
Yep. Uninteresting to see that Diablo has been banned out though, because he gets a lot of value with walls, and guess what this map has? Walls. Johnny Wallbanger himself. Yes.
He gets a huge amount of value.
And he can stay alive a lot now with this W build.
We saw Lauber playing from E-Punks on this map, and he really demonstrated the value of Spell Shield at level 1, and how Diablo can be a conclusive and decisive main tank to take on this map. Anyway, White Main coming through.
And Urel.
Now, White Main, definitely a meta healer right now. So happy to see her. And Beveli joining us here on stream. Now that is Nutty's #1 fan, if I recall. Nutty, of course, playing DPS for Skogspor. And what do we see? Nutty's main mage that he plays on that team as Gul'dan. Now he's got good wave clear. That gives him a huge advantage in the shrines. The only other like seriously meta hero that I'm aware of that gives you a big advantage on the shrine is Alex Straza, but she's been banned out. But they've already taken White Main, so I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Skogspor have got themselves one of the tanks as well, because there's only a select few tanks that we have seen been getting played lately, being Muradin, Diablo and Garrosh, I think, when those two have been taken. So they get themselves a good mage, an OP Maev, and
by the way,
Muradin.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but Sexy Platypus isn't playing on Skogspor's roster.
Oh my days.
Do you know who's replaced him?
Who?
Galnagunner.
Oh wow!
So we're gonna see Max Passion, our favourite tank, playing on Muradin just now, which is gonna be good. But be interesting to see who Galnagunner's playing in this lineup.
I think he was a support player in the Open Division, so I'd be.
He was an
betting.
Amazing Ana. He absolutely was an amazing Ana. Are we going to see that now? Actually,
Possibly, actually.
Yeah.
So, have you seen who's been banned? You've got yourself a Hanzo ban, who could set up a lot of stuff with his Masai Dragon Arrow stun, and he gets a lot of clear with his W build. Tyrande banned because they just want to get rid of a healer, because 5 monkeys have their white mate, which lets Joanna Rayner through. Okay, right. This. So you called it with the Ana.
I did. Well, I did. I said Galnagunner's likely to play Ana.
So
but
boost.
Zarya. So you're going to see a Graviton Surge with a Maev Tether, with a Muradin, and a Gul'dan just putting his corruption straight away across that. And he's going to be a nano boosted Ana Gul'dan, so he's going to have spell power coming out as wazoo.
Oh, Jesus.
My gosh. Right. Well, in a moment I'm going to ask you the question. Kerrigan!
I'm liking this. The amount of heroes that have been newly released that are involved in the draft or newly reworked with Rayner, Kerrigan,
so
Ana.
So Kerrigan is playing Kerrigan, which is very good. And as we expected, Ana is playing the Galnagunner is playing Ana. Right, Jabroni, time to choose between these two teams. Who do you prefer, 5 monkeys or Skogspor?
I'm gonna have to go with Skogspor with my gut because of the good suck that Zarya can bring. What about you?
For me, I think it's likely to be Skogspor that are going to come out swinging here. It's a tough one, absolutely tough one to call. But Juan on top, as the tank, is a very powerful tank, and I can see him pulling people in with his Condemn, Kerrigan getting a lot of value, and Rayner just shooting people down to death. But it's going to come out to execution. But I think, yes, you're right. On the face of it, I trust Skogspor's draft, so it's likely have the advantage, but we'll just see how it goes.
It'll be interesting to see what the lineup is for the solo lane, because Yrel, as we know, is the solo laner to beat. And she doesn't have anybody who's really a competition. Maiev doesn't have any self-sustain. She can put out the damage and she can clear, but she doesn't have self-sustain. So it will be interesting to see who they send to the top lane. Because if you send yourself a Gul'dan, well, there goes a lot of your wave clear. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean. So, as I say, folks, we're just getting ready, loading into game number 1. If you just bear with us. But you were saying new heroes, like new meta picks and things like that. You're undecided on Mal'Ganis?
I just haven't seen him. I've not seen him being played by people better than me, and that's what I normally used as a
indicator.
Indicator, yes.
Okay, and that takes us into the game. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the All Hallows Cup. This evening we have game number 1 of a best of 3 series featuring, on our right, Skog support up against 5 monkeys, and we've got Max Passion doing the dips there as a tank. Muradin, we've got Skog playing Maiev, we've got Nutty on Gul'dan, Galnagunar as their support in Ana, and we've got Starzerg as the Zarya. Jabroni.
On the left hand side, you've got Kerriban on the Kerrigan, Juan on top on Johanna, Sergen on the Jimmy Reiner, Waiwa Wiwa on the white main, and Yrel being played by MVP Dequaza.
Absolutely, and that brings us to the mid lane for our 5-on-5 scrap. And big shout out to Bad Benny Hots, who's just hosted us there and is raiding with a party of 93. So that is fantastic stuff. Thank you very much for that, Bad Benny. Bringing the viewers in to support these two teams here as we go into this best of 3 series. Jabroni, looking at the talents there, have we seen anything unusual?
Full tank build for Muradin. He's not going to the stack and Q build, but
I've seen a lot of people do that recently, going for third wind rather than taking the Stormbolt, because I mean, do you know, like people say to get like 300 damage you got to hit it 60 times, which is a lot of Stormbolts to hit, especially if you've got a competent team that can evade them. But oh, here we go, we've got a stun coming in on MVP Dequaza, but he manages to make it out. Kerriban trying to show them that there is damage there if they want to stay fighting, and Skog support back off.
That is the bonus of having a Yrel. She is quite hard to gank, and she does manage to get out. That was huge, because that would have helped snowball the game. But it is going to be a Yrel versus Zara top lane.
Skog support peeling off to go for camp pressure now, and it looks like Rainer's going to do the same there as Surgeon. So, interestingly, they're going for 2 camps at once. Looks like this team are very, very keen. 5 monkeys. Do you know, it's funny that 5 monkeys are playing off against a team called Forest Monkeys? Because that's the translation of Skog support.
I think that's what Andraxus B was saying, monkeys versus monkeys.
Indeed it is.
There we go, but there goes a Rainer who is getting found by a Max Passion, but Max Passion's actually the one who's on his own. He throws out a Q to stun the Rainer, but he's jumped away. Kerrigan to follow, he sidesteps the Kerrigan combo, and there goes a Zarya shield on him, and Rainer dies because of the resets from the Maiev plus the Zarya.
That was an excellent jump by Kerriban on to Nutty, but of course he's finished off by Max Passion.
Max Passion knew his limit. He is.
We're seeing the value of third wind here, though. Look at that, almost all the way back to full health, as if they didn't even have a team fight.
Very nice work.
And that is 2 takedowns to nothing. We're 2 minutes into the game.
I think that would have been completely different if he hadn't sidestepped that Kerrigan combination. Personally, just because he would have just been stuck and it would have been an issue. But the Zarya just coming in with that ute, the utility of the shield.
All that ute.
so it's just crazy. Good
so we've got
turnaround.
20 seconds till the objective, and we're seeing Kerriban going for that hard camp, which is probably the textbook thing to do, because the objective is going to be here in bottom lane. So Jabroni, how do you think this is going to pan out? It's very difficult to tell, but we see Skog support are lining up for a gank.
I don't know, but I do like that pulling of the camp. It does put a time limit on Skog supports taking of the camp. They either have to burn it down quickly,
well, that's what they've sided for. Looks like
lose
it.
some fort damage top lane.
Kerriban jumping in, going on Max Passion, changing to Starzerg. In comes the combo. Kerriban deciding she needs to get out of there.
And yeah, the reset's coming out on Maev's Q is keeping her low, and it does look like a reset. Everyone needs to go get back and get healthy. I don't know if White Mane is going to be able to keep everyone up.
She is, absolutely. I think the only reason Kerrigan's still alive is White Mane's excessive amount of AoE healing.
So level 1, is that Feel the Heat from Zarya? We'll check afterwards, but it's right now it's 16 to 32 on the Skeletal Defenders, and you have a Gul'dan, so this could be quite easy. The tether goes out and it pulls Caravan right into the midst of things, and the Q resets coming out from Skog on the Maiev is absolutely insane.
And Yrel's the first to go down, and the Arcane Punisher is picked up by Skog support, and they manage to get a second kill. Can Max Passion go down? Counter kill by 5 monkeys. This is a fiesta of death here in bottom lane.
That was absolutely nutty. The amount of work Maiev was putting out in the queue just to allow for the kills was big. And yeah, sorry, at level 1, do we have Feel the Heat from the Zarya? Or whatever, what's it called?
So
Feel the
that
Heat.
is Feel the Heat, yeah, absolutely.
So that, I think that is the pick of why she... Sorry, they picked that hero to go into the Kerrigan, because Kerrigan goes in and you just saw her health melting like it was a hot health pool through butter. It was insane, and she had to then get out there, and Whitemane having to put all the healing on the Kerrigan. Although she does fancy it, Caravan has jumped back in, but Zergling, I'm telling you, look,
she
melt.
regrets it. She
melt.
regrets it. This is a horrendous amount of damage that Skog support are able to put out. I mean, the thing is, we're seeing a lot of aggression from the 5 monkeys, but they just can't jump on this. It's like getting that monkey off your back.
Oh dear. Oh.
You love a good pun, Jabroni. For more puns, stay tuned here at Halloween Heroes as we watch the first game of this best of 3 series between these two teams here in round 1, day 1.
Maiev and Joanna met each other in the bush there and didn't fancy it, but Skog does go back for a little bit more.
It's a lot of pressure here in bottom lane. I think they wanted this fort with that objective and they didn't get it. What a sleep from Galnagunnar there.
With the tether as well. It's just massive combinations. But the fight is coming in. It looks like 5 monkeys want to take a fight pre-level 10 because they're 2 levels behind.
Do you know, there was a conversation with Quacknix the other day where he was commenting on the fact that there's a bit of a common misconception in Heroes of the Storm that when a tank is in your face, folks say don't focus the tank. You should be focusing the damage, or you should be focusing the support. But when the tank is available and he's right in your face, you should focus him. Just get everybody to focus all that damage on that tank and delete him, remove him from the game. And I think that's what 5 monkeys are trying to do here against Max Passion. But he's just been so healthy because of Galnagunnar that they're not managing to succeed. And it's an interesting strategy.
It is. Level 10's picked up. You do have Warden's Cage, you got Avatar, you got the Fear, and you've got the Nano Boost.
Look at this jumping about the Caravan's doing, but I think she's going to fall.
The cleanse does come out, and she is staying alive a lot longer than I thought she would, but she does die. The Fear comes out from Gul'dan. Surgeon will get away. Max Passion.
And thanks for the follow, Lana folk there. Welcome to the channel. For following, you've now just been awarded 10 points, which you can use on some of our contests and giveaways that we do on this channel. Graviton Surge coming out. Stopping
the Rainer, but he managed to sidestep the Thunderbolt or whatever it's called from Murden, and he does manage to get out. Skog falls in, but is fallen too low because of the tower damage and has to retreat. This is level 9.5 versus level 11.5, so it does look like the push will come out from Skog Sipoa.
Yeah, 5 monkeys are desperate for level 10 at this stage as Surgeon falls to his death.
Rainer does die. The Warden's Cage has been popped to help Skog get out of there, and he is just resetting on the queue every chance he gets, and that is 2-3 people dead. And now MVP Quasar tries to get out with Yrel but cannot, and now it's a Whitemane running for life. Wow, wow, wee, wow!
Wow, wow, wee, wow! Can he make it? Oh, and Whitemane's down. Enemy team dominated as Skog support get 5 confirmed kills.
That is an issue when they are level 10 and you're not, but they're just pushing down the lanes, unfortunately.
This is a very strong position in the game. We're 7 minutes in, the second objective's coming up, and Skog support are sitting pretty. This is defiant.
Level 10 finally picked up, so this means that they can actually contest it. Zarya is shown on the bottom lane as well.
What are we seeing? We're seeing Blessed Shield, we're seeing Argent Defender, we're seeing Scarlet Aegis, the Maelstrom, and Rainer's holding off.
Rainer's holding off. He might just want to pop his Hyperion over the top of all this, or he might just want to get himself the Banshee.
Yeah, I mean, the Banshee does do a lot of focus damage, but that Hyperion's so good for zoning, and that's what they need. Looks like they're going to go for it.
That is a very unhealthy nutty, but he gets a Zarya shield, and Galnagunnar is keeping him health and happy with a nano boost, but he does fall first, and it looks like Skog will follow soon because Kerrigan is just chasing him down.
Looks like Kerrigan's finally getting the value that she was after as Starzerg also falls. It looks like the 5 monkeys are down, but they are not out. Wow!
Max Passion managed to get Whitemane so low, but as everyone knows, Whitemane is a horrible person to try and kill sometimes if she has her heals up, and
that is incredible. Well done to 5 Monkeys as they push on to try and complete this objective. It's going to be a Mortar Punisher, so it's kind of middle of the road in terms of the value you can get out of this, but let's see what they do.
So that's what they needed, though. That is definitely what they needed to get back into this map. They've lost 2 forts, and now they get themselves a Mortar Punisher and they march up. Kerrigan is going to maybe want to follow over the wall. No, okay, she's not.
Max Passion taking a lot of damage, but look at that. Pretty much back to full health already.
And this is them pushing with a level talent disadvantage, and Maiev sees this. She dives in, she gets a 3-man Warden Cage, and she is just queuing and queuing and queuing. The gravitation surge comes out and it stops everybody from being able to retreat. Massive queue on one on top.
Look at Max Passion, he is just not giving up. Relentless with his chasing down of the backline here. Urel falls, looks like Caravan's going to be the next to go. Yep, she falls. She tried to commit to getting nutty.
Everyone's running after everyone. A massive stun comes out onto the Whitemane.
Is one on top going to make it out?
Oh,
Galdagunner! He's grassed him up. One's running for his life. Galdagunner as Anna. Who would have thought they'd ever see this scenario with an Anna chasing a Johanna? This is going to be horrendous. He is just stalling for his team at this stage. Nutty, what? Here we go.
Oh no, the sleep does not hit, but there is going to be a lot of faith.
This is incredible! This is incredible!
It's just really good because it stalls. Look, 30 seconds for Johanna now to return to the battlefield. It means that you can take camps, you can do whatever you want. The Kerrigan, I felt, got a bad... I feel bad for the Kerrigan, because the Kerrigan was like, I can maybe trade this, dived back in on the Gul'dan, but that's the problem with an Anna, is she just keeps healing the Gul'dan up through that damage. And it was actually Kerrigan to fall.
Absolutely. Thanks for following, Chief Claire. Cheers for joining us here on stream tonight as we are in game number 1 of our best of 3 series between these 2 teams here in round number 1 of the first brackets of the All Hallows Cup. Looks like we've got a team fight kicking off here, Jabroni.
Yeah, Johanna is coming back. Is back now. Sorry, Scarlet Aegis and the Hyperion down. The Warden's Cage is locking 3 people in, but Kerrigan says, "I want to follow." Max Passion has to pop his avatar to stay alive. And it looks as though the blue team are actually falling the lowest because of the field, the heat, the shields, and everything else, the damage. And there you go. You lose a Whitemane, you lose a Raynor, you lose a Kerrigan, and it's just going to be chase, chase, chase. Can a tether come out from the Maiev? No, Urel manages to jump away, and Yuan on top runs as well.
That was very well executed by Skog Support. I don't think that was particularly wrong by 5 Monkeys. In fact, the way that they engaged kind of looked like it was the right decision, but unfortunately they didn't come out on top.
I think it was definitely the right decision. It was level 13 versus level 15 and a half. If you had one more chance to try and come back into it on equal talent tiers, that was it. Fortunately, it did not go the way.
Well, it was just the sheer speed of rotation by Skog Support. Remember, Skog Support are, as of last season, last cup in the Open Division, they came 2nd place. So, and they came 2nd place in the last All Hallows Cup as well. So, I mean, they are a team that warrants respect, and they're demonstrating that tonight.
I think the Zarya pick has just been an absolute amazing pick into the Kerrigan, because Kerrigan, even if she landed a combo on Max Passion, but he had a shield, so it's giving Zarya energy, it's keeping Max Passion alive, and then she has this feel the heat for, hey, if you want to go on any of our backline, I'm just going to feel the heat. No, you're going to feel the heat. Everyone's
going to feel some sort of temperature as a backline is approaching. That's what I would say. So it's 16 to 14. They're going to be on different talent tiers yet again as we approach this next objective. And the other thing is, Skog Support don't waste any time. They're going to make me look silly now by wasting some time, but they normally don't waste any time in getting this objectives. They clear them very quickly.
I think that's the plan, is it? You know that the Soak 16 call has come out for 5 Monkeys, and that means I'm going to try and take mid fort, I'm going to try and take bot fort, I'm going to get as much Soak as possible, try and get 16 and defend this objective on equal talent tiers. But with that, it looks like Skog Support have said, hey, we can get double hard camp, we can actually kill the fort. Is this going to force it back, though? Look, because one on top...
Oh, they're going straight for keep.
Yeah.
This is an aggressive ambush here by the 5 Monkeys. This is incredible. I like what they're doing here. You've got to be brave when you do these sort of maneuvers, and they're going for it right now.
Interesting to see what happens here, because now it just needs to be a stop the back call for Skog Support. They just need to stop anybody from getting home, and Oh, the turn comes out. The Warden's Cage, Scarlet Aegis has been dropped and the Hyperion is on top. But nobody is falling low apart from Nutty and Wan on top. And it's a Rainer, actually, sorry, that dies. So this is worst case scenario for 5 Monkeys because they have lost the Kerrigan as well as the Rainer. Now the Unstoppable has been popped by Joanna. She knows she's going down. She will not be getting out of there. Joanna on top does not fall, actually. He does have Laws of Hope. Stays alive.
There goes the white main, and with that, all hopes of winning this team fight. Looks like Quasar's going to be the next one to go.
He's going to keep himself alive as much as possible. And same with Joanna. She is now poisoned to death. So Joanna will be falling soon, I'd assume.
On top lane, however, you see the Fallen Shaman camp with a minion wave and a pretty much full health objective pummeling that core. Quasar's just trying to stop them running back. Like, this is...
Well, I think it's the same. It's the same call. Galney Gunner says, you guys don't need me. I'm just going to stop you out from getting back and doing any defense.
There's nothing stopping this. This is going to be game number 1, and it's going to fall in favour of... Skog support.
Skog support.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Sorry, yeah.
I was waiting for you to say it. There we go. Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. So, that's game number 1 in favour of Skog support. So, if you could just fill that in, I'll update this here.
Okay, I'll fill it in. Right, that's the numbers filled in. So perfect. So we see.
I meant fill in like the negative space is what I was going for there.
I'm just looking at the stats now. 24 kills. 24 kills by Skog Sabor versus the 4 of 5 Monkeys. And I do believe, although how good I know the Maiev was amazing, and so was the Murden, they were able to get in the backline, but I do believe the Zarya was one of the main factors. I know a lot of people will maybe disagree because the Ana kept everybody alive. But I think it was just massive.
FYI for the viewers at home, we forgot to get instant replays. That was something...
They don't need to know that?
Well, I know they don't, but I'm just so disappointed that I'm punishing myself by mentioning it. That's frustrating. But thank you very much for joining us tonight. So, for those of you that have maybe just joined in, let us point out here that this is the schedule for this evening. Here on Channel 1, we are going to be displaying 5 Monkeys versus Skog Support. And then immediately afterwards we're going to be moving on to Flavia Felix versus Hybrid Esports. Now Hybrid Esports, I'd like to point out, this is a new lineup for them. This is a totally new team, and I'm very interested to see how they go because it looks like the previous winners of the All Hallows Cup was EPG Frozen, and certain members from their team such as Copenhagen and EPG Chelvin, they've moved on to play in the new lineup for Hybrid Esports. So it'll be interesting to see them play against each other. So that'll be a good lineup. So again, for those of you just joining in, let us just show you if I can find this. I can't find this.
While he's doing that, thank you for following Glaive and Kruki.
That's easy for you to say, Jabroni.
Oh, it's Gigi Liev. I thought it would be Glaive, like the Counter-Strike player. We'll go with Glaive.
But yeah, what you can see here is this is the brackets. So the winners of this series will move into the top position in the semi-finals for series number 5, and then the winners of the next series that we're going to show, Flavia Felix versus Hybrid Esports, will then move in to play against them as their opponents. So that's what you've all got to look forward to. But what we're doing just now, of course, is 5 Monkeys versus Skog Support game number 2. So, because 5 Monkeys lost that game, they now gain the advantage. They've got the choice of first pick in the draft or map selection. So, what have they opted for, Jabroni?
They have opted for first pick.
Okay. So, Max Passion over on the Skog Support team is now deciding what map we will be going to. So, stay tuned. This is all getting sorted now. Once we know what that is, we will get back to you. In the meantime, we will just have a short break. Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, just as a quick reminder, any donations that are made during this event across today's games or tomorrow's will go towards the players' prize pool. So, if indeed you feel the need,
I feel the need,
then you will be donating directly into the European Communities pot. So this supports the players, supports the game, supports the communities. So it's a worthwhile cause to do, and would appreciate it greatly. But of course you don't have to, there is no pressure there, it's just a reminder. Thanks very much.
Spooky.
What are you laughing at?
Spooky.
Oh, naffers, yeah, in the chat. Good stuff. We are monitoring the Twitch chat as well, so thanks very much for interacting with us here on Heroes Lounge. Halloween Heroes. I know where I'm broadcasting from, it's not Heroes Lounge at all.
White main dies, Sexy Platypus is trying to get out, but he's getting body blocked in his blaze.
Okay,
He
so
gets a
what you're
3-man stun, but
seeing
he is
here-
dead in the water like a shark. Okay, MXD.
I'll mute that for a second. What you're seeing here is some of the fights that we had in the last series. So we're just going to let you watch this whilst we wait for our teams.
Is so stacked and just wants to be in there in the mix, but it's very difficult here for EPG Frozen, because what do? You've lost your Brightwing and you are away to lose your curse point. Oh, it's
At level
lost
10, just round the corner as well. This is not a time that...
Oh, okay. Genji says, I'm not going to go and chase that because it could be
We've got
instant
Wave of
death.
Force, Scarlet Aegis, X-Strike. We have Bunker and we have the Lightning Breath. We have the curry to their sauce.
That is one dead Hanzo here for the defense. Oh, they didn't know that Johnny Wallbang was there hidden away. Curse Bullet goes out onto him, but the X-Strike is hitting two people, X-Ray and Wit. Now the Cocoon out onto the Blaze. Max Passion is fallen super low, but is keeping himself alive with his flames, but dies first. He burns his whole 100% soul. Bunker S falls to the as a grey main to the Genji.
That is two. Okay, well that's enough of that instant replay action. We are now back and we're here. So this is game number 2 of our best of 3 series. My name is Halloween, and to my left, as always, is
Jabroni.
And let me just check something down here. Yeah, we're good.
We are all good, and we're in the draft of a BOE. BO3 in the BOE. Will Skogsabor be able to bring this to a 2-0, finishing out the BO3 on BOE, or will 5 Monkeys manage to make this BO3 go the distance by winning on BOE?
Oh my gosh.
What do you think?
Well, I think you've probably irritated half the audience, but hey, good times, good times. What we're going to see banned out here? Genji.
I think it's going to be a
No
missed
way!
ban. Oh,
That is a first. That is a first. We've not seen it in any of our time with casting the Open Division, or I haven't seen it for quite some time casting Div 1 Heroes Lounge, and I've certainly not seen it in the All Hallows Cup before, but they missed their ban. But Mal'Ganis banned straight up.
I hope that they're ready.
Yeah.
We did make sure that everybody was ready beforehand,
well, our admins
but
and our moderators do that
we
for us,
did
but
make
yes.
sure, but maybe it was maybe this is to get in the mind of your opponents. Do you know what I mean? You're
Psychologically make them think you're inferior, lose the first game, miss the first ban, and then come out swinging, taken down. Maiev banned. So I mean that makes sense. Maiev got a lot of value against their Kerrigan in the last game, so get rid of the Maiev this time.
maybe it just pushes Skogsapor into a position where they're like, ugh, we have to ban a hero. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is here. Maybe it's because 5 Monkeys have a priority hero they want, and it's not Maiev, but it could have been Hanzo. So they were trying to say, hey, if we don't ban anybody, then we get ourselves a juicy hero pick. I don't know, but I'm interested to see what happens. It does leave Diablo open. Maybe it was a plan. Maybe it was a plan to get themselves Diablo, because there was no calls in the in-game chat being like, what? So they get a Diablo who we have seen has been quite powerful with his W build after his rework. So that is a main tank sorted for 5 monkeys, and this could be good. There you go. It leaves open a Ming who has poke for days on the BOE Immortal. She can just throw out her spells when she wants. She can just poke. Garrosh as well. Max not fancying himself a Muradin against the Diablo. Diablo may shadow charge in to the backline, and Garrosh can just throw that Diablo either away or further deep, maybe where he doesn't want to be.
Thanks very much, Jabroni. So Diablo getting in, I think, is crucial for them, because they didn't get him last time, and I think, did they ban it? I think they banned Diablo.
Possibly.
Raynar coming in again. Surgeon going to try his luck a second time round. And Tyrande, well, the Diablo Tyrande is an age-old combo, an age-old combo that we've seen since the dawn of time in Heroes of the Storm. So,
and she gets Hunter's Mark on the objective if she so pleases, helping burn that down more. Bans now. Yrel has gone. Yrel will not be making an appearance in the solo lane because Skogsport say we don't want to play against her. So she has now gone. So for bans, again we see Mal'Ganis, we see Maiev, who was getting Q resets and has just been banned out nearly every game we've casted. The Yrel again, top solo laner, and the W build Hanzo has just been horrible for teams to face on this map. So getting rid of him was a no-brainer, as well as getting rid of Galnagunner's Anna. Yeah,
well, I'm not surprised about that. Galnagunner is a sharpshooter when it comes to hitting those heals. Even at any moving target, he was managing to get it out consistently and continuously. So no surprises there that they're removing that. Stealing the white mane, though.
With the cat
yeah,
costume?
With the Halloween skin, for sure, which obviously I'm a fan of.
And an Alarak. Alarak, who has not seen as much play as I'd like, has been picked up for the solo lane. He gets to fight in... He gets a lot of value when he's fighting in these closed spaces, and guess what there is on the objective? Closed spaces. It does leave you on a double mage, though, with the Ming and Alarak, so they probably will need some AA damage, especially for clearing the Immortal, if they lose one, but they maybe don't plan on losing one.
Medivh and Thrall. Now, that's exciting. That's a lot of... I mean, they can negate tremendous amounts of damage with a perfectly timed protected, by the way, from Medivh.
Yes, that is... well, that's the thing. Yeah. Did you say that about Grosh? Sorry, I was reading something else.
No, I was saying Medivh coming in can protect Raynar, Tyrande, Thrall as an orb comes in, or a counter strike is about to land over them from Alarak, or even a cleave from Zeratul. You can just protect it, basic ability, use it over and over and over.
And you need to, if you get thrown, if one of these heroes get thrown...
By
Garrosh, you can portal them out. But we have also seen...
You called this last game. You said the two tanks that are meta right now that we see is Muradin and Garrosh.
And Diablo. 3 tanks.
Well, so Muradin's not here. They've taken Garrosh. That's
yeah.
what I'm pointing out.
But,
and it's not Surgeon on Raynar.
So Diablo, that's another combination that we have seen before. Is you can queue in and then you've just got yourself a portal just to get out. They have gone on the side of Skogspor 1, 2, 3 mages as your damage. Basically. Right,
we've only got a couple of seconds here. I've just left this on screen so we can see it. Jabroni, what team are you going for? Whose draft do you prefer?
I'm going to go with 5 monkeys this time.
You're going to go with 5 monkeys?
I've got to, yeah.
I think the execution from Skogspor feels like the superior team. So let's see. Is what I'm going to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, my name is Halloween. To my left is...
Jabroni.
And we are going into game number 2 of a best of 3 series here. In the red, we've got Skogspor. We've got Nutty riding on that golden or copper pig from playing Laming. Starzerg riding that cloud to victory as Zeratul. We've got Skog doing a Discord strike there as Alarak. Max Passion as Garrosh, and Galnagunner supporting as Whitemane. Jabroni, would you like to introduce our 5 monkeys?
Easy. Caravan this time on the Raynar. Wawawiwa on Tyrande. One on top is on Diablo. MVP Dayquaza is on the Thrall, and the Medivh is being played by, you know him, you love him, it is Surgen.
There you go. I knew you were going to miss that. Fantastic. Here we go. So we've got our 4-on-4 scrap.
This is, yeah. I'm interested to see, because it's exactly what you said. Is the... Oh, Zeratul is going to try and steal the healing well. The fight will take place down here, though. But yeah, he even waited to make sure his blink was up in case somebody had sniffed that out and was going to be there waiting for him, and he wouldn't have been able to blink away.
I'd like to point out, this is one of the few maps that actually has a tower left. Because remember, since the game was changed, they got rid of the towers. Oh, one on top being thrown by Max Passion. In comes the stun, and it misses.
The overpower, I think, is what it was. He overpowered him out the stun, which that is, hey, that is when you want to get the synergy out of the way in the first minute. Do you know what I mean? That is when it's okay to not get the kill. It's they'll be on top of the next one. I can bet you, because they'll have used that to work out any cobwebs. And
looking at those level 1 talents, though, is there anything out of the ordinary that you see there, Jabroni?
Oh, I don't think so. Everything looks, it's going to be E-build for the Alarak. Interestingly, though, it's going to be Alarak in this 4-man, because he'll probably type in chat, I have quests, which is why he will not want to go and solo lane, as everybody's experienced.
Anyone that's ever played Heroes of the Storm, ever, outside of... Team League or customs like this, yes, you only ever find an Alarak in the 4-man saying, I have quests, therefore I can't solo.
Yep. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. Will the Medivh be able to just stop the entire mage damage? Well, basically the entire mage damage that is going to be coming out from Skog support. I'm excited. You're excited.
Everyone is excited. Let's see, are they going to get some good damage there on Max Passion? But not confirming the kill. He's very, very strong. But the thing is, it's neck and neck for experience, and you wouldn't expect that with Quasar being up against a Zeratul in lane. I mean, you'd think he'd be having to roam a bit more consistently, meaning that he wouldn't be in lane to get the soak, but the experience is neck and neck.
Is that the changes to the solo lane that they hate so much? Nice dodge from the Medivh, by the way. He manages to get out of there. The solo lane changes where it's just...
We're seeing an invade!
Max Passion goes straight on to the point, and Kerriban is just going to try and chunk him down. One on top coming very aggressively, but he has found 4 people. Medivh with a massive protect, and guess what? There's a portal, because it's Medivh. But Max Passion is now stuck on an island where he doesn't want to be. MVP Quasar comes in to chase him, body blocks him into the stun from Tyrande, and
5 monkeys gets first blood. Well done.
4 seconds before the objective. That is exactly what you want and need. Starzerg is going to be sharking around to try and stop any more damage going than necessary, and the red team are just going to try and burn this Immortal down, and they're doing quite well with it.
Indeed they are, but they've got that extra damage, remember, from Weewa, so Weewa is going to get that Hunter's Mark down, and it's going to allow them to race.
So even with the loss of a Garoosh, they are neck and neck in terms of damage, basically, kind of 2,000 give or take.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks like Skogspor have said we want to get aggressive on this, and they're coming in. And this is where the Alarak comes in handy. The telekinesis goes in, the flip goes out. There is a portal, but he is silenced afterwards. Oh my god, Starzerg is following with all of that damage. He actually falls first, but they have managed to get the blue team super low. Do they fancy it?
Oh,
they definitely do fancy it. One on top goes in with a massive shadow charge. He pops his spell shield. He is running. There comes a protect to keep him alive. Surgen wants to get out of there because he has no mana. He has no health, but he doesn't want to lose his stacks.
Oh, and there he goes. And there goes your master's touch.
Oh my. So
that is incredible. Can I just point out, there was seconds there where Galnagar was absolutely and definitely dying, and he didn't die.
That was massive, but the massive telekinesis puts him into the stun from the Immortal. Then goes the throw from the Garrosh, and that is 1 dead Reiner. That's the damage that you wanted to be done on the Immortal. Dead, gone, and done. The setup they have on the side of Skog support with the Starzerg sniffing around the bottom, stopping anybody rotating in the bot, and the channel into a Max Passion. I mean, you don't want to go face Max Passion.
No, you do not, but one on top managed to get a Shadow Charge on Starzerg.
Here we go. Ming has been slowly chunking down this the Immortal, yes. And the Medivh is dead. And they get the Immortal, they get the kill on the Medivh. A 3-man cleave coming out from the Zeratul, but the Zeratul is stuck there with a Shadow Charge and a Raider damage. This is just a fight continuously.
It's become ARAM, but there's no lane. It is just the center battleground here. This is incredible. So the thing is, people in the Twitch chat are calling this as well. They're saying, "Hey, stop saving them with a flip." But Juan is doing a remarkably difficult job against the constant aggression coming from Skog support here, I feel.
Very difficult. The burn will come down. You thankfully have the Rainer and Tyrande on your side. So let's see how much value they get. But it is going to be a push. You've got Medivh in the solo lane versus the Zeratul to get the soak up. But that means there will be no get out of jail free card for the Thrall if he does get flipped. The Q comes out from Grosh. Be safe.
Yeah, that's Wit in chat there saying hi Sven, which is awfully nice of him. Weewa taking a huge bit of damage there from an orb. Max range. Horrendous.
There we go. Level 7 versus level 7 now. This is good for 5 monkeys. They're still very much in this, and that was, apart from that team fight, it looked like they were a shoo-in to win that Immortal. Oh my god, Into the Fray comes out on to Alarak, and he gets a telekinesis to a stun, but there is no damage coming out onto a spell-shielded Diablo. And they managed to get away with their life. But Skog, I hope he called for that. Otherwise, he would have been squeaky bum time. Just getting into the frayed as a Alarak, I guess.
Because at level 7, that's the talent of choice for most people, is Into the Fray on Garrosh. Looks like there's going to be an invade here.
Oh, and they're going right into the back line. Diablo has been thrown already, but the Protect is stopping him from being silenced. Massive stun comes out. And it is just going to be a backup. You managed to stop the camp being taken, which I guess is a win. Diablo says, I fancy this, and Shadow charges back in. Skog gets a 2-man telekinesis, but there's a Protect, by the way, on Tyrande, and she takes no damage. Bersergen, oh my days, that is a clutch heal from Tyrande. He wants to get out of here.
He's given Caravan an escape there with the portal.
One on top gets pulled in, but again, a Protect-osh. Oh
no!
Oh
my gosh! Surgeon's lucky to be alive with that max range. Oh, what a throw by Garrosh. And Weewa goes down.
That is one dead Tyrande. One on top, soaking the damage, I think is what he was trying to do. Soaking the damage from the Ming, using his spell shield to great effect, probably, maybe. And keeping his fort back up. Again, the invade comes out into the camp. And
they're really keen for this camp. Skog support are feeling dominant tonight, this evening here live on Halloween Heroes. This is the first round brackets. Looks like Surgeon's going down.
Medivh loses Master Touch again, unfortunately. Caravan is getting body blocked by body blocking everybody, and that is a dude Raider.
This is exact. Oh, Nutty's
no,
in danger.
He went through the wall. The Shadow Charge B blinks away. One on top stopped in his tracks. Unfortunate.
If he'd got that stun and then used an overpower, she would have died. For sure. Nutty would have been dead, deed, done as the dodo. Out of here. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. But that's not the case. Level 10 just round the corner here, and that's going to give Skog support an even more devastating advantage. Yeah,
this is not a situation you really want to be in. You are no chance of getting the level 10 between the halftime show, so you just have to soak lanes as safely as you can and just try and get close to level 10 for the defense. But this is going to be probably a fort if they can't get it. And maybe more. Stay tuned to find out. They find themselves a Tyrande who gets away from the telekinesis, but now it's Starzerg who's stuck with no mana, no health, and he dies. Level 10 has been picked up, which is a bonus, but they're trying to get out of there.
Wow!
Oh, deadly charge hitting 3 people, and now it's Skog right in the back line, but Medivh falls again. Master Touch, no way, no how. And is it? That's a different icon. Rainer falls straight after, and that is a 2-for-1 trade, which is good. It's actually really good for 5 monkeys because you are now close to level 10, which you weren't before.
So looking at those level 10s, we've got the Void Prison, we've got the Scarlet Aegis, we've got the Deadly Charge, and we've got the Warlord's Challenge.
The flip goes out onto one on top, and he manages to sidestep any of the damage. The Unstoppable Lightning Breath, as well as the Earthquake, keeping Garrosh where he doesn't want to be. But Starzerg is taking the Shadowfall damage, and everything else falls to the Thrall. And now the chase is on. It looks like the Medivh Leyline. Medivh's Leyline goes, but it does not hit. Oh, Deadly Charge. Skog on the Alarak is actually fancying himself a little bit and wanting to go back in on that, but decides against it. Now Max Passion is going very aggressively. Huge Q from one on top to stop his team from getting flipped. But that leads a deadly charge into the backline, and the 4 men are trying to retreat on the side of 5 monkeys, but there's an Immortal attacking underneath you.
This is absolutely devastating, what we're seeing here, as Skog support push in to take this fort, but the flank is defied by one on top shadow charge there. Honestly, I feel like Juan's doing a great job here.
He's doing an amazing job, but it's Kerrigan who's getting absolutely chunked down. Surgeon and Tyrande have been putting out the heals to try and keep him alive. The Q comes out again, and a massive cleave from Sarzurg, but he dies on the side of Zeratul again. Everybody's so low on the blue team that they just want to get out of here, but the Immortal is still going to be pressuring. Huge route from MVP Duquaza. Max Passion's flanks have just been, they've been crazy, because it just means Diablo, although as you said Diablo has been on point by shadow charging him away, his flanks are just kind of putting the fear of God in the blue team. They're like, oh god, we need to retreat. And
thank you very much for following there, Jeffrey.
This is still a winnable game, definitely, for 5 monkeys.
Do you think 5 monkeys can get back into the realms of victory against the forest monkeys?
I mean, what level is it that Medivh gets the double shield? Because you could even do that, where it applies a similar force of will to another person. Because everybody, you've got a Cleave, you've got a Ming, you've got an Alarak. If you can stop that mage damage, then there's no damage coming out, no serious damage coming out for seconds at a time.
Absolutely.
I don't know, but the blue team have shown on the top lane because they want to get XP. So the red team say, hey, they're showing on the top lane, we're going to get ourselves a keep, which is a bit more of what we fancy, because that opens up capital.
For sure.
Oh no, Medivh has been taunted. The flip doesn't actually come out on him. I don't know if that had been used or what. I don't know, but there we go, a turn around. You've got the Earthquake, you've got the Lightning Breath, and Zeratul falls, even though he has managed to use his Void Prism. Max Passion is running away, but he is getting tankier and tankier as his health goes down, which is a bit of a bonus, but MVP Kwaza is chasing. He gets the route out onto Garrosh. Garrosh with a mass IQ to stop any chase. There goes the Leyline Seal again, kissing the heels of Skog, but he gets out on the Alarak.
That was very well played. They've defended and successfully kept their keep, and that is all that Skog support needed to do.
That is massive, and you're getting the kills on the Zeratul, because again, Zeratul, he's all in. He goes in. If something disrupts him or there's too much damage, I mean, a lot of heroes, they die if there's too much damage, and Zeratul has found that the hard way.
Yeah, someone's just pointing out that Zeratul managed to get 5 deaths in less than 11 minutes, which is rather unusual for this level of gameplay.
But I think it's made so difficult by the Medivh. Zeratul, he blinks in, he Qs, but that's it. If a Medivh is stopping that damage, then what are you going to do, bro? That level 1, is that Spell Shield, or is that the stuns for Tyrande?
That's for Tyrande. That is the soft cleanse, as it's called.
Right, there we go, the Masai taunt onto Diablo, but he has a protect from Medivh. Zerg was sharking round on the backline there as Zeratul, but doesn't fancy it anymore. Max Passion is still below half health, which is not what you want if you're on the red team. One on top goes right in on Galna Gunner, but there's no follow-up, and he just runs away. The issue being the blue team are letting a hard camp march up their top lane. Not what you want.
No, absolutely right, Jabroni. There is a clock ticking on this team fight, because the longer they leave it, the worse it gets for them, as it will ultimately take a keep. Looks like a lot of damage coming down. We're also seeing the Void Prism being used to great effect here. The orb misses. And
here we go. There goes the Leyline Seal, which actually stops the Lightning Breath from getting the value, and you've got a Starfall on the ground as a zoning technique. That is a lot of ultimates used by the blue team. But they still have the Earthquake, and they are fighting underneath their Immortal, and there goes the health bars of the blue team. Skog falling super low. He gets one E out to try and keep himself alive, but he falls to the Rainer. The Ming is wanting to try and get these reset combos, but it's so hard against a spell shielded Diablo.
Oh my gosh, is it possible here that the 5 monkeys could get some more kills?
Caravan has just been sidestepping so much of these skill shots, and that is exactly what you do. If you sidestep these skill shots or they don't hit, that's so difficult for an all-mage team to get the damage out. But the red team fancy themselves a little bit of engage, because they see that Tyrande doesn't have any mana left, and Surgeon has no health.
Huge escape there. Nutty almost got a solid bit of damage, but they managed to escape with the portal there. Weewa trying to get out. Oh no, but Stars are sniffing it out. This is full brawl as the Twitch chat goes wild for how long this team fight has lasted.
This is upsetting for the 5 monkeys because it looks like they were in such a position to win that objective after getting the kills and getting the chase, but they have had to hearth home.
It was surprising considering how out of synergy their ultimates were. Like, it was surprising that they got even within grasp of that, but they were chasing for kills and they just didn't get them.
Having that earthquake still back up was absolutely massive. Starzerg actually is trying to put a bit of the damage out. They don't.
He's fluffed it now. Oh, but he's having to use the Void Prism. Look at the Shadow Charge coming from Diablo.
Oh, what? Massive protection with the double force of will. There we go. The red team's health are melting. The Leyline Seal goes out, but Skog is stuck in the Starfall. And there goes a big stun from Tyrande at max range. Deed on the Max Passion.
And they managed to get Max Passion. This is massive as the 5 monkeys chase down Starzerg, trying to confirm the kill.
So that is, they actually off screen, they managed to kill the white main as well. And that is the halftime show for the blue team. This is exactly massive. The double force of will, bro. The double force of will. That is a horrible interaction, by the way. That Diablo ended up continuing the queue after the VP.
Like, I cannot believe that we saw that. Like, he went flying.
But
wow.
Double force of will, bro. It's all mage.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, we are seeing, in this game here, 5 monkeys winning the objective and are about to push to their advantage the bottom lane. Wow.
So good that they managed to keep this keep alive as well, because there was no outside pressure apart from that one camp. But there was no outside map pressure apart from the team fight. They managed to get the team fight, and now they're marching with a healthy-ish kind of immortal.
This is absolutely fantastic for them. Well done, 5 monkeys. You can do it!
This is where it's going to be interesting, because yeah, Ming can put the damage out, but look, One on top starts soaking the Ming damage, and who else puts the damage down? Because if Zeratul goes in with a cleave, he doesn't have anything if they advance past the immortal, and it looks like Yuan on top is looking for that. He's AAing walking, and he wants to go past it, I think is what it is. Look, the immortal still has
75%
health, and that's what I'm saying. If you stop the Ming from getting the orbs out on it,
remember, that Starfall is up, that Earthquake is up, that Leyline Seal is up. They've got a lot of CC here that they can use.
The VP on to the Medivh. He's already used his Force of Will though, so he doesn't actually take as much damage as Ming would have hoped. And there you go.
In comes the One on top Shadow Charge. In comes the stun.
Huge throw from the Max Passion just to keep his team alive. Starzerg is just sharking around the side, and it's actually doing really well because it's keeping the...
Oh my gosh!
Oh, what?
Are they going to get the kill? No, the into the fray from Max Passion saves Starzerg's life.
Massive heals as well from White Mane. But there Starzerg doing... Starzerg was doing enough there. I think that's what kept the keep alive. Medivh wasn't able to give the full attention to that bottom push because he was scared of the flank. And now it's only a half health keep. It's not a full keep.
It is not a full keep. It looks like the 5 monkeys might still have a chance in this series.
It's, yeah, I think that they could do it, especially with this. Oh no, but Medivh! I was going to say especially with Medivh. They do manage to pick up the counter kill. Medivh dies to the Zeratul, and the 3-man taunt with the deadly charge going through everybody. But guess what? You have a Tyrande trying to keep people alive, and that is one dead Alarak with one on top alive and a unhealthy Tyrande still, and she managed to slow with the retreat with that big owl. One on top gets into the throne. We'll go
into the throne. They managed to get a root on Galnagunnar, but they do not confirm the kill on Nutty.
Reset of the souls is absolutely huge.
Yeah, the thing is, it's got to be pointed out, the last All Hallows Cup we had, Skog support were using a couple of sub players. They weren't their normal full roster that they play in the Open Division with, and it's interesting how, I mean, they themselves said, oh, we would play better and we probably would have won the cup had we had our full roster. Now the thing is, they have nearly their full roster. The only sub they've got on their team this time is Galnagunnar, and Galnagunnar is a confirmed kind of veteran Open Division player, so we're kind of used to seeing him around the place, and he's a very, very good healer, so very good support player rather, sorry. But it's interesting to see just how much more synergized the Skog support team are looking tonight.
Here we go. So the red team finally have got the blue team have finally managed to get their camp on their side, and that is going to be pushing down a lane where half health keep is. So Ming has had to go back, and that is going to open up the attack for the blue team, because it goes, hey, it's 4v5 here, and that is what they see. The massive shadow charge goes out into Garrosh, but he has popped his unstoppable, so he does not get hit with the lunar flare. The chase from Starzerg manages to confirm the kill on Tyrande, but guess what? Tyrande is dead as well. Huge protect, by the way, onto Thrall, who keeps him alive, and a ley line seal hitting 3 people, allowing the kill of Alarak, and that is 3 people dead on the instead of just 1.
Wow. Wow, wow, wee, wah. By the way, I just adjusted Jabroni's microphone there slightly, as I noticed that it was going off the charts.
Off the charts. I did warn you.
Not just because of the excitement, but because of your audio volume.
Look at this. They chase. I love that. That's exactly what Medivh allows you to do with the portals. He goes straight in. One on top overpowers, but the Q doesn't hit. It hits a minion, leaving Max Passion to fight another day. And it's the call has been made. Let's go for core, but they need everybody to start hitting it, it looks like.
This is it. Make it or break it time. It's
One on
level
top is
19
falling
to
two below
17.
it. He doesn't have a healer. So Starzerg's going to come straight out. He's not actually going to go for Diablo. His Q didn't hit. He didn't manage to hit. He didn't manage to blink and then Q. He Q'd before he blinked.
It's 30% core and falling. They're at 25, 20%, 17, 15. They're all falling. There's only 2 players left. They're 8%, 8%, and they do not finish the core. This Tyranda's all the way over here and is getting reported by 4 other players.
No, Tyrande was dead, which is why Diablo was so low. Tyranda's just spawned.
No, I know, but it's just what would happen.
Was Medivh? I don't.
That is horrendous.
Again, Max Passion. It happened with the Zeratul before, where Zeratul was sharking around the side, and it managed to stop the Medivh from being fully committing to the keep.
Oh my gosh!
And now it's not. And now it wasn't hitting the core, and now it's an 8% core, and 30 seconds before anybody else is back up. This is GG. This is game. This is 2-0 to Skog support.
Well, it's certainly looking like that. It is just watching now and see what.
What?
Zeratul just fell.
This may not be game.
Oh my
gosh. This is a game.
Now, because Zeratul fell and the rest of the team are up in the next 8 seconds, they've decided to back out. 5 monkeys, ladies and gentlemen, are still in the game. What are we even seeing right now?
This isn't game.
Why is this not the game?
This is a game because... What?
What? Omega LOL Clown Fiesta is being called in the Twitch chat right now. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe what we're seeing. If you are watching on delay in the background there and you're now just catching up with this, I'm sure you agree this is PogChamp worthy. What? So there we go. We're seeing the 5 monkeys try to get another kill to stagger the deaths further as they now progress to try and take the objective.
This is interesting. So I think...
What
do you do here if you are the red team? If you're the blue team? Do you try and get the Immortal?
How is this not game? I'm not able to accept what I'm seeing here.
There we go. Right, this is it. Are they going to burn? Are they going to race? It looks like it's going to be a race from... No, the red team are coming for the invade, but will it be too little too late?
If they manage to stop the kill, it'll be like the 8% core all over again.
Rainer's Raider has died, unfortunately for Rainer, and his Raider is dead, so that will not be able to be part of this team fight as a ultimate.
I don't know. I really don't know how to commentate over this. This is just too dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all on the line. If Skog support win this objective, they will throw 5 monkeys out of the tournament.
Ming has... Oh, the massive taunt onto Tyrande, but guess what? She gets healed. The portal does come down, but she's pulled away from it amazingly while Medivh is VP'd. And now it's just going to be a fight. There goes a massive unstoppable. He has got his counter-strike on the side of Alarak. He manages to get out with his life. Lightning Breath is hitting 2 people, while the Leyline Seal is hitting the other 2. 1 for 1 so far, but one on top goes back in!
What?
Oh my god! Double kill to a triple kill. And now it's just not alive. If he can get the kill on one on top.
Oh my... And he goes down! Oh, and this is it!
That is insanity.
I cannot believe what we're seeing. I cannot believe what we're seeing. Here we go. Caravan, can you do it? This is going to keep Skog support in for game number 3 as 5 monkeys take game number 2 and it's equalised. 1-1.
Do you know what?
Wow.
Do you know what? As much as I love Skog support,
yeah,
I'm glad that... Because I would have hated to go out from this competition, the best competition in EU, I would have hated to go out on an 8% core. So them getting back in this for another chance is beautiful.
Aye. There we go. This is just. I'm still shocked from saying on delay twice.
Mm-hmm.
The drama, the tension here. I'm glad we've got the viewers for it because this is tense stuff. Wow. Let me just update the score here as well. Jabroni, if you can...
Fill the negative space, ready?
Thank you very much. Cheers.
That is me just typing in the stat.
No, I do it. You fill the
I'm
negative
typing in
space.
the stat.
That's what you do. That's
So,
what you do.
yeah, the negative space, that was a huge amount of kills across the board. It was
wanna
23 to 18.
Go through the stats. Yeah.
I shall and I will.
Okay.
I'm going through the stats right now. 23 to 18 is the kills. Blue team with 23, 18 on the Skog supporter red team. And yeah, Rainer pulling it out with 11 of those kills as well. So you got, if my math's right, about half the kills, we'll say. And did most of the damage. Him getting...
Sorry to interrupt you there, Jabroni. What I'm going to do, for those of you just tuning in, I'm just going to take you over to our schedule to show you where we currently are. These are the games that we are going to be displaying tonight across our two channels. And what you can see is, on channel number 2, 42 Esports, with their esports debut, playing for the first time in this tournament, managed to close out their series 2-0 against the new lineup from Avada Kedavra. Now, Avada, they had a new tank player playing for them tonight. That was the change they have. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to keep them in. And it looks like 42 Esports have progressed there. So that is interesting. Sorry, Jabroni, would you like to continue with what you were saying there?
Yeah, just the amount of kills for the winning team were higher for the winning team, as I'm assuming nobody's surprised by that. But yeah, the Medivh managing to just kind of keep a lot of people alive. He only ended up with 21,000 healing, but what he did heal was very important to the survival of the team. And yeah, just well played all round. I mean...
So that takes us, if I just take us over to the brackets there, with 42 Esports being the first team to progress, they will now be playing in the semi-finals tomorrow. Against the opponent that will be winning the Project Hive versus SFD Gaming showdown, which will be happening again on Channel 2 just now. But if we have a look back at the schedule, that's easy for me to say, you can see that we're about to move into game number 3 between 5 Monkeys and Skog Support, and then afterwards we will be watching Flavia Felix against Hybrid Esports. So there we go, that's the news.
Thank you to the followers. I saw one was Chelvin Hots, and I can't remember the other one. So unfortunate for that, but I will have a look. I'll see if there's any info on where we are going. Where did we come from? Where did we go? Where did we go to in the map picking Joe?
Oh, and he's good. He's good with that, yes. So the choice of first pick in the draft or map selection goes to Skog Support because they lost, so they gain the advantage. They have opted for first pick in the draft. I think you just said that, did you?
I didn't. Okay,
well, that's what I'm saying. And then that means that Juan from 5 Monkeys then gets to pick the map, and they have opted for...
Dragonshire, D-Shire, awesome map to watch and observe. I think everybody likes to do a little bit of watching of this one, don't they?
Yeah, it's a good map. It really causes you to have different team dynamics as you split your resources across top and bottom sides of the map. So that can really affect draft as well.
It keeps the casters APM up as well, because there's fights top lane, there's ganks bottom lane, there's everything going on this map, and it is normally ace. And you get to see people who play globals, you get to see people who play hammers, maybe you get to see some weird and wonderful heroes.
Weird and wonderful heroes.
Heroes
of the weird heroes of the storm. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it's a map that allows for a lot of different heroes of the storm. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, that's what you say.
So Alui is now following 5 Monkeys, as you can see on screen.
Yes, thanks very much for... they can't see that on screen though.
Oh, really?
No, they see this.
Oh, hello.
So you're forgetting what...
I thought we were still looking at the
No, we're not
brackets.
at all. We're not at all. But Thanks very much
for that. Yes, I will be happy to bring that up again and again. So we are just waiting to get into the draft Amondo. What did you think then about that?
Well, what I've generally thought across this series, after I saw game number 1, I thought, well, Skog support are looking so strong tonight, they're going to close this out 2-0. So we both favoured their team in draft number 1, so it was pretty clear-cut case that they're going to win here.
Yeah.
They've got their full roster back together. They came second place in the Open Division. I thought, well, these guys are Crucible-worthy. We could be looking at a pro team here. However, what then kind of came out in game number 2 is they started to lose their long game.
Yeah.
They what are you doing?
Huh?
Well, they were doing really well at the beginning of the game, and it was very, 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 very good opening and winning the objectives, carrying it through. They were at the point where they were rushing to take a keep, and I thought, well, this is just going to, as we've said it before, the Dignitas, how to win harder strategy. When you're already winning and you don't need to take risks, that doesn't apply to Dignitas. They just win harder. Whereas we saw that sort of opportunity appear for Skog support, and it didn't work out. And in fact, the longer the game went, the weaker they looked, and 5 Monkeys were able to capitalise on that until they won the game. So, in many ways, if this was like a traditional Team League match, everyone would be typing in, we just threw the game. And I don't think that's unfair to say for Skog support here. But let's see what happens. As we move into game number 3...
I'm just glad it didn't go out on an 8% core, and I'm glad we get to go to Dragonshire. Unfortunately, though, we don't get to go to Cursed Hollow, but hey, maybe one more day. But, yeah, Battle of the Aegis. Is there anything going on in chat?
Yeah. I'm just reading there. Considering the casters are in black and white, we're not getting a card with text on screen each time they talk.
So it's instead he's thinking it's like a silent movie.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like what's that? The famous guy who did all those silent movies.
Schindler's List.
No, it was Bust or something, wasn't it? He did all these stupid. Silent movies.
I'm not even. I've said the wrong thing there.
Yeah, you did.
It's not Schindler's List. It's what's the guy? Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin. Or the skinny and the fat and skinny guy.
Yep. Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy. That's the other 2 black and white guys. No, we're black and white because we are broadcasting from the ethereal fairy realm where the monsters and things come from in Halloween. That's what's happening here, you see. So you've got to get with it.
We're 2 fairies.
Is that what I said?
Well, that's what I said? If we're from the ethereal fairy realm, of course we got to be there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, we could have been kidnapped and we're broadcasting from there.
Oh, like, what was it? Johnny the Handsome. I remember.
Jack O'Lantern.
No, you said that there was a guy with a smile. I don't know. We'll wait.
A guy with a smile?
Hey, there you
go. Give us more information about this.
No, you said that there was a guy from Scotland and he traded with the devil for a smile or a fiddle or something. I can't remember what it was. But it was like Johnny the Smiler. He had a name like that.
Do you mean Thomas the Rhymer?
Thomas the Rhymer.
Thomas the Rhymer was kidnapped by the Queen of Elfame.
There we go.
And when he came back, all he could do was speak and rhyme. And that's where when you see a lot of Halloween references, you see that sort of thing. Hey, thank you very much for being our first donation tonight, Timmers. We really appreciate that. And that is going to go into the prize pool for our community tonight. Thank you very much.
Have a look out for that guy. He's in Heroes Lounge. He's a very good player.
I believe Timmers is actually currently under negotiations for a team for next season.
Ooh,
so
don't give anything away.
I can't give anything away at the moment because it's unconfirmed, so I have to wait. But
you have Largest of Fudge as well.
Yeah.
It's Keaton. Buster Keaton is what he was saying.
Buster Keaton.
He was the silent movie star who did all his tricks. Like there's the one where the house front falls over, but there's a window in the house front, and it doesn't kill him because the window.
Wait, you see that all the time. They did that in like Men in Tights as well. Robin Hood Men in Tights, where not just men casually wearing tights. So the building fell down, and he was at like the doorway. Yeah.
But he did his own stunts.
He was the first one to do that.
He did some crazy stuff. Yeah, have a look at some really weird stuff. So that is kind of maybe what we're going for, rather than the fairies. Or we could be fairies that do our own stunts.
So we're going to be Hallowfairy and stuntmen. That's what we're going to be. Let us know in the chat what you think about this.
So shouldn't the background be colourless too? Then we must have been kidnapped. Then we'll go with.
Yes, the ethereal fairy realm is colourful, but we, as spectral images broadcasting through into your realm, of course, we are in black and white. That's just how it works. I don't make the rules. Sorry, guys. It's just how it is. Anyway, what we are waiting for, and thanks for sticking with us, is the teams are just having a short break as they rally together and get themselves organised for moving into game number 3.
Can we maybe do something?
Yes.
Dreifer, our main man Dreifer, in the chat, he's saying, "Can I have a look at the bracket?" Is there a way we can provide that information for him?
We sure can.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! There you go. So here is the bracket. So what we can see is 42 esports have made it through, beating out their opponents Avada Kedavrat, the German team that had a new roster tonight. They had their new tank player with them, but unfortunately it didn't work out. 42 esports, I think, as you can see from this screen, had a 2-0 victory. So we're currently 1 apiece, and it's all to play for 5 monkeys versus Skogsupor. What's that?
So I do like the Glaive of Astralis fame is speaking in rhyme with skills like mine, and Fudge is actually saying that we're not fairies, we're furries.
Oh, Furies?
No, furries, I think is what he's going for. The people who dress up as dogs and wolves and stuff. I actually did a test the other day.
You actually did that? Is that what you said?
I did the test the other day at work. Mine was a dog, but a colleague of mine got a badger, which I've never even thought that you could get a badger costume made. Do you know what I mean? Like I've just never thought that you could, but I guess if you want to, you could get yourself a badger costume.
Oh my gosh, and there we go. We're moving through to Dragonshire. Welcome along. Thanks for joining us. My name is Halloween, and as always, to my left is
Jabroni in black and white.
And on the left is 5 monkeys in blue, and on the right is Skogsupor in red. So let us know in the chat who you are voting for. I'm going to try this once more. I don't think it's going to work. No, there's some sort of parameter incorrect. If somebody from my moderators or anything is able to get a poll working, then let me know.
The thoughts there, though, guys.
Yeah. I'm going to just try it one more time.
And while he's typing that in, I'm going to contact the admin behind the scenes. Okay, perfect. Yep, so we do see the first 2 bans. It is Melganus banned again, 100% ban rate this series, and a Genji as well. Not to be confused with Genji, the Korean team. So he has gone. We will not be seeing him again, and we have seen no Malganus, but hopefully we will get to see him this week over the next day and a half.
Now, it's quite interesting here because I genuinely believe that the teams are going to be a lot more considered, because I think Skogsupor, like many of our viewers possibly did, thought this was an open and shut case and the series should be won by now. So they've been pushed back into a corner here, so they're going to be on their A game, I think.
And nobody put Skogsupor in a corner, as we see a Medivh banned out, so there is going to be no Protect saves, and a Maiev again banned out. So that is the normal bans we see from a team, is a Genji and a Maiev ban. And it allows the first pick for Skogsupor, who no one's surprised by. It's Hanzo. What do you have to say about Hanzo on this map?
Don't call his name. Don't call his name Alejandro. My name's Halloween, so I am a Hallow fanzo of that.
Oh wow, that is tongue twisters. He does allow for easy camp takings with his W build, and he can set up a lot of kills with his Masai stun at level 10.
We're getting more rhymes from the Twitch chat here. It can't be denied your skill is unmatched, then the badge is invaded and people got scratched.
Oh wow, that is very
brilliant. I love
furry
it.
friendly.
Oh my gosh. So Greymane coming out, lots of damage there, and Johnny Wallbanger himself coming back in as Diablo, the Lord of Terror.
And unfortunately for value scope, it is not a Zeratul first pick like he was hoping for.
Garrosh, Max Passion coming in with the Garrosh again. I am not surprised by that. Dahaka giving the global opportunity there for Skogsupor.
This is interesting because It then says, do we get a global to match it? Do we go for a top hat Abathur who can soak a different lane? And that, we all know that an Abathur on like Greymane heroes are very nice. But yeah, the Garrosh I think is going to get a little more value this time with Medivh banned out, unless there's a Zarya player 4 or 5 monkeys. But it was just the toss from the Garrosh was just protected, and the portals were coming, but even then they were finding kills. So now you're not going to get the protect, and now you're not going to get the portals, so the kills will be found, is what I'm going to assume.
I think once you get basic attacks reduce tongue's cooldown for Dahaka at level 7, I think things will swing massively in favour of Skog support at this point, because I just think Dahaka, if he's able to land the skill shot on Greymane's dead. Just like that.
Okay.
Speaking of skill shots though, Jabroni,
it is the Tyrande Diablo Combinazione, as you said, last game.
The only thing I would comment on that is that Juan on top with Tyrande wasn't working out as well as they expected last time.
It was just getting the cobwebs out for the final game of the series. That's all it was. But yeah, we see the Ural being banned out from the top lane, and I do see what Sabola's saying, but
Sabola 3D is quite funny. That's
the Enforcer skin of Greymane looks way more, because it looks kind of like a human in a wolf costume. But we see something we have not seen in a long time, and that is the Malfurion Tracer combo. Remember when this was running rampant, where Malfurion would put the Q on a Tracer, she'd run away, and then he'd Moonfire or whatever it's called, and Tracer would be healed. That was a combo we saw all the time, and it's fallen, but now it's come back. Blaze picked up as the solo laner against the Dahaka, so they do lose out on the global, but they do have potential to stop any bot.
I've got to interrupt there, Jabroni. Out of these two drafts, who do you prefer and why?
I don't know. I'm gonna probably say Skog Sport because of the global mobility.
I disagree. I feel like it's an easier wombo combo to go with for Juan on top's 5 monkeys, but we shall see. We shall see what comes of that. So, viewers at home, if you want to let us know in the Twitch chat who you think is going to win this game, please let us know.
Have you seen what Andraxus
Yes,
B
I
has
did.
said?
I was laughing at what he was saying in the Twitch chat. That's ridiculous. In a very good way, but it's ridiculous. So, we are just waiting now to get loaded in, and then we will be going live to game number 3. This is the final. The winner of this moves on to round number 2 and gets another shot at this cash prize in the semi-finals tomorrow. However, the loser is out dead as a dodo. It is a single elimination tournament. It's high skill level here in the European community, and you have to be invited to participate. So, if you think you have a team that you think can participate in this, do get in touch. You can see the links rolling through the Twitch chat about how to get in touch with us in Discord, or you can follow us at Twitter at Northern Wizard. Be sure to get in touch.
Just what you said.
And there we go. Welcome to game number 3. It is the final. As Skog support come out of the Nexus there, we've got Star Zargon Dahaka. Skog this time rolling about as, don't call his name, it's Ali Hanzo. We've got Galnagunnar supporting as Malfurion. Max Passion riding up front as the tank, as Garrosh, and Nutty as Tracer. Jabroni.
On the left hand side you got Wawa on the Tyrande again, Juan on top on Diablo again, MVP de Quaza on Blaze for the first time, Surgen on Greymane, and who could forget Kerriban on the Junkerad.
Woof woof!
On the Chihuahua.
There we go, both teams getting set for the little scrap in mid. Let's get a look at those talents. W build Hanzo, 2 ticks of it within the first 10 seconds. Brilliant. Blaze holding off on his talent choice. There we go, we've got Neural Stim Pack. Does anything look unusual to you there?
No, but what's the level 1? Is that the increased time? Yeah, the increased duration of your
also,
W.
that extra 10 essence, just to make him a bit more powerful. Yeah, I think that's probably the one I'd probably go for over the extra spell armor, because he's not really up against mages per se.
I think the spell armor one, I don't know, I still like that trait one that he's got more often than not, because I think it's really strong, especially when you compare it with some of his later talents. It's cool.
So both teams now getting into position to get the experience that they need.
Nutty has found himself a blue team and is chasing down even as a Tracer. Must have known that Shadow Charge wasn't up or wouldn't be back up for quite some seconds. I think Diablo must have opened up with
This
it.
is an unusual tactic. I don't think I've ever seen this. Whenever we've seen this map in the Open Division, we've seen them go for siege camps right off the bat. I've never seen them go for a bruiser at this point.
See, I think it's actually, yeah, it's crazy. Surgeon does manage to survive, but Tracer looks like she'll fall because she blinks back into the enemy team. And guess what? Greymane says, hey, you nearly killed me. I'm going to kill you. That is one dead invaded Tracer. Done. No joy. You've got Bruvelli saying Nutty in the chat once again. So let's see.
She's going to be disappointed. I think so.
Saying, see what happens. Starzerg versus Dayquaza are going to be trading out on top. The Blaze is a Healy boy, and he can stay on there for a long time. Unfortunately, Dahaka doesn't have his level 4, so he won't be able to stay and fight out for as long as he wants.
Huge invade coming in from the 5 monkeys against Dahaka here, but he's able to dodge it with the burrow.
He manages to burrow out to the mid lane because he waited for the 2 stuns. He waited for the stun from Blaze, and he waited for the stun from Tyrande, and that was massive. He is now out of there. No death. Huge work. I was wondering what he was doing because he used his W, which allows you to move through heroes, and he walked further into the shrine, but he had a plan.
Do you know, this is very surprising. Like, honestly, I've been saying all night that how strong Skog support have been looking, but at least in the first 3 minutes here, it's looking very strong for 5 monkeys.
Oh, Galen the Gunner does manage to get stunned by the Lunar Flare. Very nice play from War, but no kills as yet. As in, like, right now, there was obviously the kill on Tracer before.
Yes.
Q farming for Max Passion as the Garrosh, but he gets the overpower onto Diablo to get out of there, pops his self-cleanse and just runs away from the tower damages, manages to stay alive, but the blue team are the ones who are falling low and having to hearth back.
Indeed. So I think this could be one of these games where it's going to go over 10 minutes before the first objective's taken, because neither team wants to give an inch, worried that their opponent will take a mile.
Oh, very nice work. A huge route from Kerriban there on the Junkrat, stopping Hanzo from getting the cap of the shrine for a couple of extra seconds, which has allowed the rotate to top lane, where Dahaka is fighting against 2 members of the blue team. The toss goes out onto Diablo, and he is just going to say, I'm Diablo, I'm going to stay in the thick of things. The overpower comes out, the pulse bomb, but Diablo's running away. He gets 1 Q from Max Passion, but guess what? It's Diablo, and he's healthy, and he's away.
And the first objective falls in favour of Skog support. Is he going to get out?
Oh.
Stunned, but they get the kill.
Very nice. So that was the blue team saying, fool me once, I won't get fooled again.
You completely messed that one up.
No,
Fool me once. Oh god, no!
I was trying to do the George Bush one. What is it? Like, fool me once, I won't get fooled again. It was like, remember when he did that? That's what I was going for, but I think I messed.
Fool me once, more fool me. Fool me twice, more fool you. Is that it?
No, it's not.
Tell us in the Twitch chat, what actually is that saying, because...
the George Bush one, not the real one.
No, well, tell us the real one as well, because now I want to know. In comes the Shadow Charge on Nutty, followed by the stun from Tyrande, and they get the basic attack, finishing off Skog. Oh, but they managed to get the stun that throws Galen the Gunner out of position. Huge damage coming in. We're going to see another Shadow Charge and an overpower. Massive push from Team 5 Monkeys.
Blaze was killed top lane by the Grosh Dahaka gank, but that did leave the Malfurion and Hanzo to die bot lane, unfortunately. But yeah, it looks quite. It's not really nearly even on XP, but
listen,
it's kind of.
that's 4 takedowns by the 5 Monkeys, and structurally they're behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's 3 takedowns ahead. It just goes to show that all the takedowns might not be worth losing the objective. You know, which is an age-old debate. Really depends on the map, really depends on the composition and things, but what an escape from Kerriban there.
Very nicely done. Oh, max range from Max Passion, but Surgeon says, I'm going to stand my ground and I am not going to get stunned. And he didn't on the Greymane. Very nice.
So I think it looks like Hanzo's opting to take their siege camp here to counter push this severely large push here in bottom lane. Level 9, slightly ahead in experience for 5 Monkeys, but level 10's just round the corner for both, really.
Indeed, it is, and yeah, there we go.
Someone's on it for us, looking for the bush quotes.
No, said he understood it. He understood the quote, that it was a misquote on purpose.
Oh, right, okay. Somebody got it. That's the main thing. Fool me once, fools won't get fooled again.
That's definitely it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Galnagunnar and Skog doing a very strong camp game here as they just move around trying to get them all. But it's been sniffed out by Caravan, who's trying to get vision using his grenades there.
His nades and the owl from Tranda.
So we're seeing Warlord's Challenge, Isolation, Quantum Pulse Bomb, and Dragon's Arrow and Tranquility on the side of Skogspur. Jabroni, would you like to introduce the heroic abilities for 5 monkeys?
You have the Lightning Breath, as always. Lunar Flare, again, which allows for extra cooldowns on your heals. Oh, but we start off with the Dragon Arrow and to the toss onto the Tyrande with a taunt thrown in the mix, and that is one dead Tyrande. Tracer has blinked away after recalling and will not die. The Tranquility has been popped to keep Max Passion alive.
Oh, but they managed. Oh, what an escape by Skog. Well played there. Super micro.
Yes.
Good stuff. Did you mean Starfall, by the way? Not Lunar Flare.
Starfall is what I meant. Bunker drop with the added cooldown. Yeah. Ripping and tearing the Wild Women on Junkrat's ulti and go for the throat from Greymane. But here comes a Dahaka burrowing in, trying to get the kill. The actual Dahaka manages to get the stun from the blaze, so he doesn't manage to get away. The bunker has been dropped. Max Passion is falling kind of low, so he kind of wants to get out of there away from the Greymane. But, I mean, you see the value of a bunker drop.
And they managed to get a kill on Tracer. In comes another stun from Juan on top.
Zergling has popped his essence and is full health, but Max Passion does not have the same amount of health. Oh god, this is just a massive fight, and the red team still have control of the beacons though, so the blue team cannot give this up, even though it is a 4v.
Oh, but they managed to get the kill on Max Passion, but then lose 2 lives at the same time. Looks like we're going to lose 100 souls from Diablo as he comes back into the fight.
This is just madness, and the red team are actually going to manage to pick this up. Oh, unless Junkrat does that.
Can he poke for days though?
Oh,
that couldn't have been any closer.
The call there. Somebody says like, please tank these nades for me. But
this is
Junkrat's
incredible how he's...
amazing.
And there we go. The second objective of the game falling in favour of Skog Support as they now choose to run it down mid.
There we go. So, yeah, 2 Dragon Knights. Let's see what happens with this.
Oh my gosh, we're still getting rhymes.
There you go, that's the one. There's an old saying in Texas, I think it was Tennessee, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, you can't get fooled again. And then Timmers is saying, what's the one, no role models, Timmers is thinking that is the J. Cole song.
Oh my gosh, okay, so it looks like Skog Support are, with their objective, choosing to take out the forts, and now just get as much experience from that as they can, because it looks like in top lane they're going to get this fort here, and then I would imagine Dahaka's going to burrow into bottom lane to try and join his team.
Oh, that is dirty if that happens, but maybe Blaze is going to save these stun for the disruption of the burrow. Who knows? You'll see when we do.
So this, as I say, again, just if you're tuning in now, is the final game of this best of 3 series here between these 2 European teams participating in the All Hallows Cup. The winner of this will progress into the next round, and of course the loser will be eliminated. One on top taking a lot of damage.
Massive. The Tranquility has been popped, keeping people alive, but there goes the Ribbon and Tear and Tire. I don't know if that actually popped off or if it was killed beforehand. The Pulse Bomb goes out on Surgeon. He is falling low, but he has a Tyrande healer.
Whoa, and he goes down, but...
He managed to get isolated. But they get the flip. They flipped over. Sorry, was that into the fray? No, it wasn't into the fray, sorry. One on top managed to flip the Dahaka over into enemy lines, but the into the fray manages to pull him away. Max Passion is now on the retreat, getting slowed by Blaze's oily boys. The self-cleanse stopping him from getting stunned, but now the bunker in the back line. What do you do here if you are the...
What a dodge by Quasar, by the way. If anyone's just caught... Look at that, and he goes into there to avoid the pulse bomb as well. Good stun, but it wasn't enough.
So that is 2 people dead on the side of 5 monkeys. What do you do here? What do you do here? Oh, Max Passion get helped along by the Junkrat's disruption mine or whatever it's called. Very nice.
Surgeon has been getting ranged damage from Nutty all game, and it's clearly disturbing his peace and calm. So he's always, whenever he gets an opportunity to swipe at Nutty's throat, he's doing so. This is looking like a powerful position for Skog support. They're now structurally at a very strong advantage because they have all 3 of their forts still remaining, and of course 5 monkeys have lost them all. So it's going to take some work to get back into this game, but of course we've seen it done already.
We have
Can they do it again?
It will become harder and harder. It feels like hard and harder because you're playing
Hard.
against.
You've really got to roll that H. Hard. By the way, I feel like I've got to stress for our audience, do people understand the meme that Jabroni's coming out with there when he says ripping in the tearing tyre? Because I feel like that's a meme that just goes right over the head of all of our audience and is very much an inside joke.
But it still works because it's called the Rip Tire.
Yeah,
Ripping, tearing, the wild women.
The wild women.
Yep. So back to the map, you get to see a massive push coming from Skog support bot lane. They have themselves a hard camp and they are walking up. The clear does come out. One on top goes straight in against Skog, but he's going to get away. The lightning breath trying to slow people, but it does not manage to get anything. Ribbon and Terran goes out and it hits 3, but there's nobody dead because Gallon Gunner is keeping everyone alive. MVP Dequaza is right in the back line, but the taunt with a toss, and that's a dead Diablo with no souls. So guess what? You're dead.
In comes the Dragon's Arrow. That was massive. In comes zoning Starfall, but is it going to be enough, Jabroni?
It doesn't look like it's going to be. She's going to try and keep herself alive. She drops the heals on herself.
This is massive. I think for Skog support at this stage, they're just going to clean up. They're going to take that bottom keep, and with that, I feel like they could get the objective and possibly end the game. This has happened in last game as well. These really, really long-range, weird fights that delay everything.
MVP's going to keep himself alive because of the heals. But what do you do here? Do you want to feed and get back in time, or do you just stay? I mean, this is insane.
I don't know what we're watching right now. This is memeing to the max. I'm in a PogChamp for this.
Yeah, there we go. The call comes out. Feed, get back. Greymane dies, unfortunately, because the amount of pressure being put in the bottom lane.
I feel like that wasn't planned. The death from Blaze, you called it. Yeah, like his team would have said, right, come on, deal with that now.
And Junkrat falls as well. This is
bad. This is bad for 5 monkeys. This is excellent for Skog support. They're going to be able to push in. They're going to take this keep, and they could go core.
They have
back to you in the studio.
96, 95%, 94%, 95%
Dragonite.
That is a Dragon Arrow of the Aegis. Going out, hitting nobody, but maybe giving vision, if that's what it does. And now the Dragonite with over 80% health is now going to be marching on the core. The Lightning Breath is hitting 3 people in the backline, but the Diablo is falling low. Even though he's unstoppable, he is not unkillable, and he is dead for another 40 seconds. Dragonite wailing on the core with no shield, though. What it can happen. MVP Quasar in the backline drops a bunker. He's just trying to keep the disruption going to a maximum, but with nobody hitting the Dragonite, it's gonna take the
It's
core.
doing work. It is 30% core and falling.
Greymane
Starzerg's going to try and finish it off himself.
Blaze
follows.
Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Starzerg's the only one who's hitting
10,
the core.
9,
He's thrown in the beat
8, 5, 2, GG. Wow. Dramatic stuff. Dramatic stuff. I went to the wrong screen there. No one saw anything. Wow. And with that, that is excellent finale. So what we're going to do is, whilst we get things prepared here at the behind the scenes, we are going to go over to the live action replays. Let's see, are they going to get some good damage there on Max Passion? But not confirming the kill.
Straight on to the point, and Kerriban is just going to try and chunk him down. One on top coming very aggressively, but he has found 4 people. Medivh with a massive protect, and guess what? There's a portal because it's Medivh. Max Passion is now stuck on an island where he doesn't want to be. MVP Quasar comes in to chase him, body blocks him into the stun from Tyrande, and that is
5 monkeys gets first blood.
Aces goes in, the flip goes out. There is a portal, but he is silenced afterwards. Oh my god, Starzerg is following with all of that damage. He actually falls first, but they have managed to get the blue team super low. Do they fancy it?
Oh,
they definitely do fancy it. One on top goes in with a massive shadow charge. He pops a spell shield. He is running. There comes a protect to keep him alive. Sergen wants to get out of there because he has no mana. He has no health, but he doesn't want to lose his stacks.
Oh, and there he goes. And there goes your master's touch.
Alarak, and he gets a telekinesis to a stun, but there is no damage coming out onto a spell. Diablo has been thrown already, but the protect is stopping him from being silenced. Massive stun comes out, and it's just going to be a backup. You managed to stop the camp being taken, which I guess is a win. Diablo says, I fancy this, and Shadow charges back in. Skog gets a 2-man telekinesis, but there's a protect, by the way, on Tyrande, and she takes no damage. Bersergan, oh my days, that is a clutch heal from Tyrande. He wants to get out of here.
He's given Caravan an escape there with the portal.
They find themselves a Tyrande who gets away from the telekinesis, but now it's Starzerg who's stuck with no mana, no health, and he dies. Level 10 has been picked up, which is a bonus, but they're trying to get out of there.
Wow!
Oh, deadly charge hitting 3 people, and now it's Skog right in the back line, but Medivh falls again. Master Touch, no way, no how. And is it? That's a different icon. Raynor falls straight after, and that is a 2-for-1 trade where he doesn't want to be. But Starzerg is taking the Shadowfall damage, and everything else falls to the Thrall. And now the chase is on. It looks like the Medivh's ley line. Medivh's ley line goes, but it does not hit. Oh, Deadly dies on the side of Zeratul again. Everybody's so low on the blue team that they just want to get out of here, but the Immortal is still going to be pressuring. Huge route from MD. Earthquake, you've got the Lightning Breath, and Zeratul falls, even though he has managed to use his Void Prism. Max Passion is running away, but he is getting tankier and tankier as his health goes down, which is a bit of a bonus, but MVP Kaza is chasing. He gets the route out onto Garrosh. Garrosh with a mass IQ to stop any chase. There goes the Leyline Seal again, kissing the heels of Scott. Has a protect from Medivh. Zerg was sharking around on the backline there as Zeratul, but doesn't fancy.
The Void Prism being used to great effect here. The orb misses.
And here we go. There goes the Leyline Seal, which actually stops the Lightning Breath from getting the value, and you've got a Starfall on the ground as a zoning technique. That is a lot of ultimates used by the blue team. But they still have the Earthquake, and they are fighting underneath their Immortal. And there goes the health bars of the blue team. Skog falling super low. He gets one E out to try and keep himself alive, but he falls to the Raynor. The Ming is wanting to try and get these reset combos, but it's so hard against a spell shielded Diablo.
Oh my gosh. Is it possible here that the 5 monkeys could get some more kills?
Caravan has just been sidestepping so much of these. So they're melting. The Leyline Seal goes out, but Skog is stuck in the Starfall. And there goes a big stun from Tyrande at max range. Deed on the Max Passion.
And they managed to get Max Passion. This is massive as the 5 monkeys chase down Starzerg, trying to confirm the kill.
So that is, they actually off from the Max Passion just to keep his team alive. Starzerg is just sharking around the side, and it's actually doing really well because it's keeping the...
Oh my gosh!
Oh, what?
Are they going to get the kill? No, the into the fray from Max Passion saves Starzerg's life.
Massive Zeratul, and the 3-man taunt with the deadly charge going through everybody. But guess what? You have a Tyrande trying to keep people alive, and that is one dead Alarak with one on top alive, and a unhealthy Tyrande still, and she managed to slow with the retreat with that big owl. One on top gets into the throne. We'll go
into the throne. They managed to get a route on Galnagunnar, but they do not confirm the kill on Nutty.
So he does not get hit with the Lunar Flare. The chase from Starzerg manages to confirm the kill on Tyrande, but guess what? Tyrande is dead as well. Huge protect, by the way, onto Thrall, who keeps him alive, and a Leyline Seal hitting 3 people, allowing the kill of Alarak, and that is 3 people dead on the instead of just 1.
Wow.
Portal does come down, but she's pulled away from it amazingly while Medivh is VP'd. And now it's just going to be a fight. There goes a massive unstoppable. He has got his counter strike on the side of Alarak. He manages to get out with his life. Lightning Breath is hitting 2 people while the Leyline Seal is hitting the other 2. 1 for 1 so far, but one on top goes back in.
What?
Oh my god, double kill to a triple kill. And now it's just Nutty alive if he can get the kill on one on top.
Oh my, and he goes down! Oh, and this is it. Can you do it? This is going to keep Skog support in for game number 3 as 5 monkeys take game number 2, and it's equalized 1-1.
Do you know what?
Wow.
Do you know what? As Sarah looks like she'll fall because she blinks back into the enemy team, and guess what? Graham self-cleanse and just runs away from the tower damages, manages to stay alive, but the blue team are the ones who are falling low and having to hearth back the Pulse Bomb. Diablo's running away. He gets 1 Q from Max Passion, but guess what? It's Diablo, and he's healthy, and he's away.
And the first objective falls in favour of Skog support. Is he going to get out?
Oh.
Stunned, but they get the kill.
Durgling has popped his essence and is full health, but Max Passion does not have the same amount of health. Oh god, this is just a massive fight, and the red team still have control of the beacons though, so the blue team cannot give this up, even though it is a 4v.
Oh, but they managed to get the kill on Max Passion, but then lose 2 lives at the same time. Looks like we're going to lose 100 souls from Diablo as he comes back into the fight.
This is just madness, and the red team are actually going to manage to pick this up. Oh, quality has been popped, keeping people alive, but there goes the ribbon and tear and tire. I don't know if that actually popped off or if it was killed beforehand. The pulse bomb goes out on Sergen. He is falling low, but he has a Tranda healer.
Whoa, and he goes down, but...
He managed to get isolated. But they get the flip. They flipped over. Sorry, was that into the fray? No, it wasn't into the fray, sorry. One on top managed to flip the Dahaka over into enemy lines, but the into the fray manages to pull him away. Max Passion is now on the retreat, getting slowed by Blaze's oily boys. The self-cleanse stopping him from getting stunned, but now the bunker in the back line. What do you do here if you are the
What a dodge by Quasar, by the way. If anyone's just caught... Look at that, and he goes into there to avoid the pulse bomb as well. Good stun, but it wasn't enough.
So that is 2 on Skog, but he's going to get away. The Lightning Breath trying to slow people, but it does not manage to get anything. Ribbon and Turn goes out and it hits 3, but there's nobody dead because Gallon Gunner is keeping everyone alive. MVP to Quasar is right in the back line, but the taunt with a toss, and that's a dead Diablo with no souls. So guess what? You're dead.
In comes the Dragon's Arrow. That was massive. In comes zoning Starfall, but is it going to be enough, Gibroni?
It doesn't look like it's going to be. She's going to try and keep herself alive. She drops
This
heals on herself.
This is massive.
He's falling low. Even though he's unstoppable, he is not unkillable, and he is dead for another 40 seconds. Dragonite wailing on a core with no shield, though. What it can happen? MVP Quasar in the backline drops a bunker. He's just trying to keep the disruption going to a maximum, but with nobody hitting the Dragonite, it's gonna take.
It's doing work. It is 30% core and falling. Starzerg's going to try and finish it off himself. Blaze follows.
Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Starzerg's the only one who's hitting
10,
the core.
9,
He's thrown in the
8, 5, 2, G. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Halloween, and to my left is
Jabroni.
Okay, and what have we got next? We've got Flavia Felix, the Russian team from Heroes Lounge, playing off against our Open Division team here, which is the Hybrid Esports. Now, this is a new lineup for Hybrid. They've just signed to that esports organisation within the last 2 weeks, I believe. And it's featuring the best players out of EPG Frozen, which won the All Hallows Cup last time, and some other kind of exciting players. So
I mean, I saw a 7GM.
Did you?
I just saw that. I saw that with my own eyes.
With your own eyes. So that's kind of the level that we are playing at here today, here in Europe. Now, just very quickly, I'm just going to show you this whilst we get started for the draft. We are Flavia Felix versus Hybrid Esports, which is the remaining series for today. As we get ready to progress. On the other channel, Project Hive have already won their first game in their best of 3 series up against SFD Gaming. So let's see how this goes. Abathur being banned.
That is what we were speaking about earlier in the cast, that he allows for a cheese comp of a top-hatted Samuro.
Thanks for following Slade. Slade!
Hey,
what a guy. He's a cool guy.
The Hacker Band getting rid of the global mobility, and Mayev, as no one is surprised, is also banned. Then you go for one of the 3 main tanks, Dr. Dibbles himself. One on top saying GG, at least we showed some next level grief. Very nice plays from One on top.
Absolutely. So, Hybrid Esports, they're going to be one of the more prominent contenders for this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see what they come out with here. Samuro and Garrosh.
Right, so Genji does get picked up. He gets through the draft, so he gets picked up. Garrosh is one of the other main tanks with Muradin Diablo, right? But the Samuro, even though Abathur has been banned, is still coming out. This is going to be interesting, and I'm pretty sure Flavia Felix will be like, I'm glad we banned the Abathur, like we said, because we were planning on playing Samuro anyway. But
for viewers at home, just so you're aware, with these 2 teams, as we move into this best of 3 series here in our first bracket, Cursed Hollow has been banned, so we're not going to see that from either team. And Braxis Holdout has also been banned, so we're not going to see that from either team. But it was actually Hybrid Esports who chose for us to go to Sky Temple. Rather controversial.
Controversial, they say, and another controversial thing is a Mal'Ganis getting through the draft. So we get to see possible cheese on Samuro, even though it's not necessarily cheese. but everyone has played against a cheesy Samuro comp before. But the Mal'Ganis, that's what I'm excited to see. I'm wanting to see what he can do, what his limits are, and he'll be getting mad cleave if all of Samuro's clones are in front of him. He'll get mad heals, is what I'm trying to say, with my eyes.
Madman heals.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got Bovelli in the chat actually watering her eyes because she's laughing so much. That's good stuff.
Very good stuff.
That's what we want to see. We want to see people crying at their desks as they watch this quality hot esports entertainment here live on Halloween Heroes. Junkrat and the Halloween skin Greymane. That one less of a furry, I would say. Would you not say that? He's almost got horns. I think has he got horns?
I didn't see what skin it was.
The Frankenstein Jekyll and Hyde one.
Oh, I do like that one. I do, governor.
Wanna dance in a chimney, governor?
What?
Well, that's what would it be in London, weren't we?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, this is good. This is interesting. So you've shown your hand with your damage dealers on the side of Hybrid Esports, but then you do this.
The Russians are invading with an Illidan on the hunt. My gosh, this is going to be dramatic. You have got the hyper aggression of a Genji chasing you down. You've got an Illidan chasing you down, and now you've got a guy who literally can't be stopped by hammer and Q all the time, Mal'Ganis. That's the first time we're going to see Mal'Ganis at this level of competitive play, I would say.
Yeah, this is quite cool.
Opening.
I mean, they've got a Samuro and a Greymane.
Would you say Malfurion's on the that kind of? Anyway, listen, we are now at the final point here. We've got to choose. Jabroni, whose draft do you prefer?
I'm going to go with the left team because Illidan into AAs is a good time. So I'm going to go with them, even though I do think Hybrid does have a very strong comp.
Hybrid is a very impressive known team, so it'll be interesting to see what they get. I think, yeah, I'm going to go with Hybrid Esports purely because it's the more kind of understandable team composition to play with. But, you know, that is a very, very aggressive team there with a Gul'dan. I mean, it's probably going to be a Q build, Gul'dan as well. And because, I mean, he's going to have a lot of people up in his grill with a Samuro and a Greymane and a Garrosh running up on him. So he's probably going to do a Q build. And then we've got Illidan and Mal'Ganis and Genji. It's just... this could be quality entertainment for you guys. You've got to stay tuned. Stick with us as we move into this series. This is going to be very interesting.
Unfortunately for the viewers, they can't see this, but...
What can't they see,
the
Jabroni?
Flavia Felix, who you said are a Russian team, they have 4 Butcher emblems and 1 Chromie, so they mean business as their portraits. That's why I'm kind of excited for a team that can go hyper aggressive.
Okay, welcome to game number 1 of our best of 3 here, sorry, in round number 1 of the All Hallows Cup. Jabroni, would you like to introduce Flavia Felix?
Always. You've got Candlelight on Mal'Ganis, Ekoril on the Illidan, Spec on the Genji, Gunter on Gul'dan, and Renella on Tyrande.
There you go. And on the right, we have the new lineup for Hybrid Esports. We've got Skynox looking for a team there as Malfurion. We've got Copenhagen as Samuro. We've got Nikarasu on Junkrat. Wit as Garrosh, and Chelvin playing as our Greymane. I actually thought he was going to be on his Monka S account, but he's opted for the main one that we all know and love, Chelvin. So right off the bat, it looks like Flavia Felix are going for that sought-after experience by going across all 3 lanes.
Yes,
let's get a look at the talents.
So what level 1 have we got from the...
time for feed.
Time to feed. Just so I can copy and paste this later.
Oh my god. That's the one that Hotslogs goes for, so... yeah. Soft cleanse for Tyrande. We've got the Echo Corruption build for Gul'dan. Looks like Moonfire for Malfurion. Nothing too unusual there. I'm not an overly competent Samuro, so I wouldn't care to comment on that. But what do you think?
I wouldn't care to I think it's the correct choice because this guy has obviously played Samuro.
Well, the thing is, I've seen there's a grandmaster that goes about in Europe called Void Insanity. He might even be watching tonight, and he typically goes Illusion Master builds for Samuro, and he can be in all 3 lanes at once, and it is the most infuriating thing to play against. So we could see Copenhagen be doing that tonight as well.
We have seen Copenhagen play Samuro before, and he plays him to a T. But Ekoril, I mean, you know this guy means business because he starts stepping with Illidan. The amount of silver Illidan players you would see that don't know how to start step with Illidan is too high. So this is just a breath of fresh air.
Is it refreshing for you to watch? Oh, in comes the team though.
And they find themselves in Illidan. He's popped his evade, but guess what? You can evade, but you cannot get away from this Chelvin chasing you down as a grey man. And yeah, with that, it looks like the blue team are just going to pick up their own camp and try and push this out hard, or just get some map control / present. Mal'Ganis has gone top lane to...
It's Mal'Ganis. You're upsetting the Twitch chat, I believe. Oh my god.
Is that?
It's Mal'Ganis. It is Mal'Ganis.
It's in my head now. I won't be able to.
This is like the time Jabroni said for a joke ETC. No, ECT. And we've never got it right ever since. Purely because it was too funny to say it wrong every time, and there we go. Anyway, what we are seeing is the camp being picked up early by Flavia Felix. So are we going to see that picked up again in time? Oh, but it's a huge throw on Candlelight.
Candlelight uses his Sleepy Boy to try and get out there with the extra speed, but falls because the heals from Tyrande cannot keep him alive, while everyone else is massively doing damage to his face and other things. So that is one dead Mal'Ganis. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
2-0.
What I was going to say was, if you take the camp, the hard camp before the first objective, then typically it lands perfectly in time for the second objective if you time it early enough. And I'm not sure if they did, so I don't think it'll be available for the second objective, which means they won't be able to use it for pressure. But they're trading 1 for 1 at this point, it looks like, on both temples. So let's see how that goes. Oh, we're seeing an invade.
Yeah, they're winning out.
Candlelight's thinking about moving in there, I don't know.
They're winning out on the red team top lane. It's doing actual fort damage right now when it's not even touching the fort yet for the blue team mid. So this is a good trade. There you go, you get yourself a free fort, and now it is uneven. Candlelight is getting chased down. He pops his Sleepy Boy again, runs away with the extra speed. I don't know what speed it is.
Yeah, it's faster than walking.
It's some kind of percentage of speed. And yeah, Timmer's in the chat. He needs to learn a thing or two about Illidan, so he's asking what kind of build is he going. What level 1 have we seen from the Illidan? It's Bard Assault. Glaive is helping out.
There you go, there you go. Like 80% increased auto attack damage if you hit at least 2 people with your W. Glaive with the facts in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, you could learn a thing or two from this man. There you go. So, Jabroni, are we seeing a stronger early game here from Hybrid than Flavia Felix?
Well, they definitely have the structural advantage so far, although it was only half a fort or so.
It looked like a pretty even trade with the temples, though. So I'm surprised at how much of a difference there is structurally. That's a good stun there against him.
Max range. That is a max range Lunar Flare, but there is no more follow-up because Skynox says, I've got heals for you, bro.
Do you know what I find very impressive here is that Candlelight was on point with his ability. They managed to get the stun from Vanilla, and it looked like Flavia should have been getting damage there. But in fact, they had to retreat because they were taking damage. Hybrid are just that much on point at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go, though.
Oh, and Candlelight's thrown. Can they get the wall down before he dies? They managed to get the turret, they managed to get the wall and the gate. That's very good by them.
Getting the bottom wall because it has less health, just if you're wondering why didn't they go for the gate. But the invade comes in from the Hybrid Esports gang, but Chelvin's fallen super low to all of this damage that's being poked out by the Warcraft, mostly Warcraft team.
Do you know, the thing is, all of these are going to add up to making Flavia just all the more dangerous. Gunter's going to become a real threat to them once he completes his Echoed Corruption.
That is true.
I mean, the way these fights are kind of evolving, I wouldn't roll Flavia out yet. Let's just see how it goes. Right, so level 10's just around the corner, Jabroni. What do you think we're going to see?
Gotta be Ribbon Terran, gotta be Tranquility, gotta be something. Illidan dies! No! No, it was top lane. Dies to the Copenhagen man himself. Copenhagen.
Copenhagen is the Copenhagen? Is that what you were going with there? He's done very well. But we're seeing a very aggressive fight from Flavia here. Remember, level 10's already picked up. So what is it? We've got Ripping in the Tyrion. Go for the throat, Illusion Master. No surprise there. I think that's what we were all expecting. Warlord's Challenge. Yeah. And is it Tranquility? No, it's the Twilight
It's
Dream.
Twilight Dream. This will be, I'm assuming, to stop the Genji, Illidan, and other divey boys from getting their abilities off and getting out.
What have the Russians got? What are we seeing there?
So that is the Hunt. Has to be the Hunt all the time.
Oh yeah. This is the one
X-Strike.
called Carrion Swarm. Oh, in comes the Hunt right here.
Onto the Junkrat, but he has dropped himself a pulse mine or whatever it is, and he gets straight out of there. Wit is getting attacked, but it's all auto attackers against a Garrosh, and there goes the fear as well from Gunter. Garrosh does fall, dying dead. The protect goes out onto Genji, but guess what? I have a go for the throat, and I'm going to use it on your face. Genji dies to the Grey main.
Now, all the while, Copenhagen's pushing top lane, and he's actually getting keep wall damage with a camp coming in here. We're only 7 minutes into the game, and he's pushing keep.
That's why it's gross playing against the Samuro on Sky Temple.
This is incredible.
Yeah, that's Clave is pointing out. There's 2 Overwatch heroes ruining this from being a 10-man Warcraft comps.
There you go. Hard facts coming out from the chat here. They're thinking that's the real one, but of course it is just an illusion. And that is the threat that Copenhagen's going to keep hitting you with. Are we going to see a camp invade here against Gunter?
I don't see why not, because I mean, you're just managing to run over them. Sorry, you find Gunter, you throw him, you taunt him. He is falling low. He's going to try and get out of there, but he cannot because Chelvin confirms the kill. Actually, it was Junkrat, but who cares? Now it's Genji who uses Protect. He's in the back line, but Copenhagen
cleaning up, and that gives them the opening that they were looking for to take the boss. That is absolutely disgusting.
And Illidan wasn't even able to get the Hunt off there because it all happened so fast. Candlelight goes in. He's just wanting to cause a little bit of disruption, but decides against actually trying to take the point.
He could, I mean, they've got the fort here that he can retreat to, but I mean, he could conceivably be killed. But he puts a little taunting spray down. That's the sort of thing that we like to see here in the All Hallows Cup.
Yeah.
A bit of B-stepping, a bit of taunting, a bit of spray. There we go.
I don't know what mount that is Candlelight's using, but it's a pretty cool combination.
Yeah. In comes a boss with not 1, but 2 siege camps and a minion wave. This is a strong push for the opening game here for Hybrid Esports. Let's see what they can do with it. Back to you in the studio.
Back to me in the studio. Yeah, you've got a double siege and a boss, and everyone is joining them apart from the Illusion Master Samuro, because guess what? He can be anywhere he wants to be. Chelvin is just going to start chunking down this thing. The toss goes out into Gunter again. He is taunted. He falls low, dies. He gets the fear off, but not before he is dead. And Candlelight is now in the back line. There is a what is it? A lunar flare?
But he's using Carrion Swarm, which makes him invincible. And now he's back to full health, and he's still in this fight. His sleep's going to be up again in a minute, but he's silenced and can't use it. Is Genji going to die? Manages to use Protect. He uses the X-Strike, and he's out. Amazing escape by Spec. Candlelight managing to survive as well. They are counting their blessings.
But they do lose 2 people in that skirmish. But yeah, that Twilight Dream was massive. Unbelievable timing that Genji managed to get out of there with the Protect.
They've still got 3 siege. Gunter should be able to clean this. Oh my gosh, did you see that? They could have got the kill on Samuro, and it was the real one.
Oh,
but he disappeared.
This is why this map is so horrible to play against. Look, you cannot, now, if you're the blue team, you cannot trade out objectives. You can't go, well, we'll take mid and give them bottom, because you're so far behind on structures, you cannot trade. But guess what? You're playing against a Samuro. But the Hunt goes in onto Chelvin. He is the man furthest forward, but he's got a Garrosh who's a bro who uses into the fray to get him back. And the retreat is now on. Copenhagen has jumped into the back line, but guess what? It's not close.
It was a real one. They managed to confirm the kill. That is the lifeline that Flavia Felix needed. Carl's not finished yet as he chases everybody, but he falls down. In comes Starfall to confirm some additional damage. Ripping in the tear and tire.
Double ribbon tear and tire. The sleep comes out, but he dies before he actually gets it off. And now the massive heal from the Malfurion, keeping Junkrat alive on 1 tick of health. But Genji spots it. It's Shimada. It's Overwatch versus Overwatch, and it is 1 dead.
It's Shimada. It's Overwatch versus Overwatch.
1 dead Junkrat for his troubles, and Genji manages to get away with a hair.
That was the best fight. Best case saloon. If there was a bar that they were drinking in that would give them the best chance of winning, that was it. It was the best case saloon for them right there. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out. I think Illidan's death was the turning point.
Yep. I don't know what happened with the Samuro. I'd be interested to hear what happened there. But there was a lot of pings on the Samuro, and I'm wondering whether it was Samuro pinging, help me, I've just turned into the real one, or if it was the enemy team going, this is the real Samuro.
You think there might have been a misclick or something there?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have his illusion up and he thought he did or something. I don't know why he's been playing so well on the Samuro. I don't know why he'd go in.
In comes the... This is it.
The hunt goes in, but guess what? You've got a self-cleanse, and now he's just going to start walking away. He does the double taunt to stop the auto-attackers from doing any more damage and chasing him. But Greymane says, I fancy this, jumps in onto the X-Striking Genji, kills off the Illidan, and the Into the Fray gets Greymane out of there until the healer can arrive.
Nikarazu's now shown up, so there's going to be more damage coming in from the hybrid boys. They're managing to chase out the Genji. Shamada! And he comes! In comes Nikarazu, trying to confirm some extra damage on Tyrande, and... she goes down.
All the while, there is a Samuro pressuring your core top lane with a hard camp and no keep. This is game.
This is game. With all that deaths, this is it, I think.
Copenhagen is falling low, but will he have himself a clone to change into? He will. This is the core melting down.
Wow! And with that, game number 1 falls to...
Hybrid Esports. GG.
That's it, just like that. Wow, good stuff. That's very impressive stuff there. Wow. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you have seen it. That's game number 1 falling to Hybrid Esports. So let me just update this while Jabroni fills in that negative space.
I am filling in the negative space, and yeah, we saw why you want to ban a Samuro on Sky Temple. I did have high hopes for the Mal'Ganis Illidan combination. I don't know anything about lore, but see, I know Illidan went the hunt, but if he had gone the other one, which I can't remember what it's called, the one where he turns into like a Metamorphosis, is that the same species as Mal'Ganis? Because then you would have had
Mal'Ganis,
two...
the Dreadlord. Yeah, it's because of the power that he was given.
There we go. So you could have maybe done that combination. It would have maybe helped because it would have given everyone a boost, being like, hey, there's 2 of the same species on the battleground. But
no, it's because I don't know. Do you know what? They didn't play that particularly bad. There was a lot of good team fights. It just didn't go their way. I think Samuro was a very decisive component to the enemy team composition for Hybrid. They were just able to completely out macro them by being all over the map at once. And as you say, when it gets to the stage where you're able to take both temples, it's GG. I mean, so, just before we go any further, for viewers that are waiting for information, Ranella was then offered first pick in the draft, or choice of map pick, because she gains the advantage for being on the losing team, and she opted to revoke her chance at first pick in the draft and opted for map selection. What map are we going to next?
We are going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Probably. That's what I'm guessing. Is it?
Yes, it is. That's where we're going. So
there we go. What's it? The word when you summon something from the universe?
Oh,
I can't remember the word.
Well, let's go to a quick look at the replays.
Oh yes, let's
have a look at this. So if I just bring this up here as well. Right, if you bear with us 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
So the replays will be for the last map, I assume. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
and there we
so
go. That was the chase.
This was mental. That's Candlelight falling there. What we're going to see here. This is EPG Chelvin going solo, but managing to make it out alive. Very lucky indeed.
It felt as though the 4-man from Hybrid was so strong that it just let the Samuro do what he wanted. Because look, there you go. There was a team fight 4v5.
Yeah.
And I know that, as I said, that Garrosh died, but there you go, a trade kill. So it was just difficult for the Illidan to try and combat the Samuro.
This was a moment that really turned the game, I feel, for Hybrid. They managed to get all these kills here, one after the other, staggering the deaths, and then managed to steal the boss, which allowed them to push with a boss and 4 siege giants.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Very nice.
Very, very strong position for them indeed. So, I mean, yeah, look, this was the push. This is where things were starting to turn pretty decisively in their favour. Disastrous for their opponents, I would say. Let's see, there we go, and that takes that out of the way. Look at that carrying, by the way. I don't think Mal'Ganis really got to utilise his abilities as best as he could have as well there, because I mean he went from like nothing to full health, which was very impressive. But
maybe having a strong set, like how like a stronger
look at
melee.
this, by the way. This was the Copenhagen moment you were speaking about.
Yeah, the pings on him.
Did he turn back? Did he turn back to there? He moved off and came back by accident?
I'm not sure.
It's so hard, and then this is where Illidan falls, because otherwise they were winning that team fight. They're getting a lot of damage here from Starfall, but that ripping and tearing tire nearly wipes out two of them straight away.
Yeah, I do wonder if
look at Nikarazu as well.
He
gets a clutch heal from Skynox. Absolute value there.
And then Gunter's just left. That was
Shimada, and he's off.
Death awaits.
That was dramatic, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. So we are just getting ready, and we'll take you into the draft momentarily at Tomb of the Spider Queen for game number 2 of our best of 3 series here. Do you think our Flavia Felix are rehearsed on this map? They chose it over first pick in the draft. They chose this, so this will be their map. Hopefully we see. Hybrid Esports have put out their map, I think, with their Samuro combination. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope that this is a map that they can bring it back to, because it's 1-1 in a best of 3, which means it could go all 3. Or it's 1-0 in the best of 3. Absolutely.
So it could go. This could be it, or it could go another 2 maps. Let's see what they have to offer on the side of Flavia Felix.
Welcome along. This is game number 2 of our best of 3 here. On the left we have Flavia Felix, the Russian team from Heroes Lounge, playing in colour blue. On the right we have Hybrid Esports, the newly signed roster here for that esports organisation, playing in red. Let us know in the chat who you think's going to win, who has the superior drafter, who you're generally here to support. Please do let us know. Jabroni.
Yeah, back to me. So the Grosh has been banned out. They don't want to pick him, so let's get rid of this hero. So, what will we see? I'm assuming it's going to be one of the Maiev. Oh, there we go. Maiev banned again. Maiev and Genji have been basically first ban, first pick for the last few times that we've actually been casting this Hallows Cup. So I'm not surprised to see that, but the Tyrande is actually
the meta. It's the meta, and yeah, Tyranda's new for the meta. I remember one time we were going through HGC Open Division, and every single game we saw was Tassadar. Everyone, 100% participation, 100% first pick or first ban.
So the Mal'Ganis gets banned, which leaves Genji open, and Genji, as I said under 30 seconds ago, was that he has been picked up or banned in the first rotation. So we get to see a Genji this time on the side of Hybrid Esports. Mal'Ganis being banned though, that's upsetting, because like I said, I want to see him with a more beefy front line. If he's playing main tank, I'd like to see him with somebody like a Thrall or a Sonya or something, somebody who can help back him up when he goes in. But that leaves way for a big boy front line with a Diablo, Dr. Backline, Dr. Johnny Wallbang, and a Blaze.
Thank you, Value Scope, for your insightful look there on Twitch chat. So what we're seeing is Blaze is clearly going to be their solo laner. In bottom we're going to see rotations out of Diablo going from mid to top. Diablo gives them the opportunity to intercept the rotations. But if there was ever a tank that can prevent that, it's Johanna. Best undercut in the game as well, in terms of haircuts. So Malthael, the Reaper of Souls himself, who death will always reach. What do we think about that?
Early. They must have a plan. Is it the Genji goes in, the Malthael follows, the Malthael clicks R when he's slightly low? But or is it to maybe bait the bunker, because the bunker's got such a long cooldown? If you get in the bunker, it removes the
last rights.
The last rights.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a Jabation tactic. I don't know. I'm excited to see it, but I'm assuming they played it before. For some reason, they pick it in the second rotazione. XXX rotazione.
Indeed. These next 2 picks will really, I feel, decide whether or not we're going to be seeing a third game, or whether or not we're going to see Flavia Felix fall out of this tournament.
And I like that from Hybrid banning out the Gul'dan, because they know that they can't get him on this rotation, because it's obviously the next 2 picks go to Flavia, and that being one of the stronger mages on this map for pushing and de-pushing, pulling, if you will. They get rid of him, so it leaves a Junkrat who does always top the board in siege, but it's not always what you need.
Now that is a Dreadlord Jaina, so they maybe heard what you were talking about.
And then a weird Mohawk Mad Max looking Decker.
the best bartender in the Nexus with his health potion drinks. So are we going to see Stay a While and Listen, or are we going to see a Lornado?
Who knows? You decide. Interesting though.
If they use a Stay a While, it can set them up for the ring from Jaina, and then we can get a last rites off the back of Malthael and guarantee some kills.
So I'm going to look at the draft here. If you're looking at the draft there, look.
Okay.
Now look at the screen with just your eyes. Look at the screen with the you're on.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
we're both looking away from each other.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. You're very funny. Jabroni, we've got 12 seconds to go. Whose composition do you prefer? Which team's going to win this game? Let us know.
So I like this side's draft, but I like this side's draft. I'm going to go with the red team of Hybrid Esports. Who are you going to go with?
I think that Spec got a lot of damage in the last game and convinced me that he was a good assassin, and now he's got Raynor, who is a very powerful assassin. I think it could go to them. So I'm going to go Flavia Felix and cross my fingers that the Heroes Lounge team can stay in this tournament for at least another game. But let's see who wins. Who are you cheering for at home, viewers? Please let us know in the Twitch chat. Also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't clicked follow in the corner yet, if you do so, you are going to be gratefully supporting us here in the European community. Thanks very much.
Very true. So yeah, I like that it's more of a standard comp for the blue team this time. But let's see what happens over the next 27 minutes.
Okay, welcome along to game number 2 of our best of 3 series. On the left in blue we have Flavia Felix. We've got Spec riding up in the front as Raynor. We've got their Candlelight tank as Diablo. We have a Coral this time playing solo laner as Blaze. We've got Renella supporting as Malfurion, and Gunter on Junkrat. Jabroni, would you like to introduce Hybrid?
Yes, thank you. You've got Shelvin on Genji, Copenhagen on the Malthael, Skynox looking for a team on Deckard, Nikarasu on the Dreadlord Jaina, and who could forget Wit on... Sorry, Wit is on the Johanna, yeah, sorry, Mahid. It's all these Diablo heroes we're making Mahid go.
So last game it was all... Warcraft. Now we're all Diablo. Anyway, let's get a look at those level 1 talents.
Spell shield for Johnny Dabble. Massive 4-man route for Deckard. That is going to set him up early with the confidence of landing these giganti routes to kill everybody in the team.
Okay. So both teams doing their rotations as per expected, but looks like a Coral's having to take the long way to get down to his lane because Copenhagen was trying to head him off at a pass and stop him. Speaking of heading him off at the pass, looks like they're trying to interrupt rotations there, and thanks very much for following the channel there, Jaya Hots. Appreciate that. For clicking follow, you've been awarded with 10 points, which can be used in our contests, giveaways, and competitions that we frequently run on the channel. But we don't have any running just now, so don't worry about that, but you can use them to duel other viewers in the audience as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Genji Malthael peeling off for the easy camp on the very bottom lane. They should be able to burn this before anybody else sniffs it out or does anything. Very nicely done. And no Gemmies have been picked up.
Oh, but it's been sniffed.
They must have heard me because they sniffed out. It's a 3-man rotazione. Genji and Copenhagen say, I am not fancying this. I'm getting out of here. And they run for their lives. They give up the easy camp, but they don't give up any deaths, which is the main thing when you're playing at this level, at this stakes, which are high in all Hallows Cup.
This is high stakes indeed, top shelf butcher material.
Oh, baby.
Because we are hoping that we are going to see our next contestant make it through to round 2.
Oh, Blaze is dead. So you manage to get the easy camp, but you lose your life and the gemmies in return. Unfortunate for Blaze. Who is going to be able... No one's going to go and pick up the extra slack there because the hard camp is being picked up by Raynor and Malf.
Indeed.
That is
Nikarazu
correct.
going to hand in 7 there. He gets them in. So really, what we've statistically seen this, and we've spoke about this before, that traditionally, or at least what we've seen in the All Hallows Cup so far, is if you get the first hand in, win the first objective, you go on to win this map.
Oh, really?
That's what we've seen. The developers famously called this a knife fight in a back alley because of all the little walls, nooks and crannies. So it really does favour a hero like Diablo for his Johnny wallbanging ability, but let's just see what happens there.
Very true.
Yep. Looks like we managed to get 30 apiece handed in by both teams here.
Yes. The level advantage just on the side of Hybrid Esports as well. So that is going to be good for Flavia Felix. They aren't going to be scared of getting in position to hand in their gemmy gems. But yeah, 20 gems plus for the red team. But they find themselves a Wit. I don't know if Wit has Unstoppable. He is so low that he must not. He gets rooted, he dies, and you lose yourself. What's that?
Well, they lost the amount of gems they needed to pay.
6 gems. They lost 6 gems. The maths are coming through.
You're just astounding me with your ability to do mathematics, Jabroni. Absolutely, as always, amazing.
I think they maybe didn't. They lost more gems because Malthael must have picked up. So they lost more gems.
Thing is, both teams neck and neck for gems. They're deciding to pay in now. They're only going to need 1 more gem. So Renella's going to go see if she can pick it up. Is it going to be enough? That's what they say. Is it going to be enough? 42 to 38. This is going to come down the wire here.
Yeah, the next person who hands in is basically going to get the Web Weaver, which is good for both teams because if you lose this Web Weaver and then get team wiped, you still have quite a lot.
In comes Chelvin.
2-man strike from the Genji, but nobody dies. It's Spec who's fallen super low. He managed to get 1 tippy-tappy of his healing well off, so he's getting back to full health. But Diablo says, I fancy you. I'm going to flip you over into a root, but Wit has his D.
Oh! Now this is absolutely massive for Hybrid. They not only get a kill and remove possibly the best part of their DPS, but they also manage to get the objective they paid in. So in comes, for the first objective of the game, the Web Weavers for Hybrid Esports.
Level 7 as well, and yeah, they're pushing these lanes out hard and hard. You do have Gunter still up, but yeah, you do wish you had the Rainer as well, because that boy can clear like a, I don't know.
What clears very well?
Silabang.
A kitchen cleaner.
Silabang.
Alright, okay.
Silabang.
that is a kitchen cleaner, by the way. Right, here we go. Gunter trying to do that as best he can, whilst simultaneously Candlelight and Spec clear mid, and then Blaze is doing his job in bottom lane. Managing to get the stun on Copenhagen, but he teleports right through his opponents and just walks off. This is devastating. What a good push here from Hybrid. This is going to put them in a position where next objective they could potentially get some keeps.
Do you remember when On a Pale Horse, when Malthael came out and everybody used to laugh because it was only NA that ran On a Pale Horse, but now every game we cast of Malthael, it's On a Pale Horse. Every game.
Every game.
Every game we cast, basically. Kind of, 100%, nearly. The big root's going to hit Diablo, and Genji might fancy himself as a bit of this, but the spell shield goes out, which says, I don't want to go in, because Diablo is a bit more healthy when that is up.
Thanks for following Huarwang. There you go, timed that perfect. There we go. So, Wit's going to hand in another 12. Now, the thing is, back-to-back pay-ins are often like a pretty much guaranteed victory. But I don't think they're going to be able to do it here without giving up a life, because Flavia Felix are aggressive enough to get a kill, but
Joanna's in with the Unstoppable. It is now expired and she will not have that backup, so she is wanting to get out of there. But they do have level 10 versus level 8, so they are actually fancying taking the fight. The big root goes out, and there goes the last right. It gets the kill and resets Diablo's health. Chelvin says, I fancy you, Renella, and I'm going to come at you with all I got. The X-Strike
and they managed to get the kill. That is massive for Chelvin. He's trying to run out with his life, and I think he's going to get it, as Spec doesn't get enough damage. In fact, Chelvin's came back in, and he does it! What? Oh my gosh. Nobody saw that coming. That was what?
Wamari, is that? I can't see because it's green. So Chelvin on Genji already. GG, well played too. And
that is, I can't believe what I just saw there. Like, he was clearly retreating. It was the jabate. He jabated him. He pulled Spec a little bit forward, and when he went Shimada! I went straight through and cut him in half. What?
Flavia Felix have been 8 gems short of paying for the last, like,
They've got
well,
they've got another 51 gems. Like, they can almost get double pay in here, but they're not gonna manage as 13 gems are getting thrown in the next moment.
They just don't have the XP. They don't have level 10.
What?
You just saw what happens when you try and fight level 10 be not level 10, and it is going to be another.
I so
handing if they get one more.
I so desperately want Flavia Felix to get this pay in. I need them to do it for my sanity. In comes level 10. This could be the turning point for them. What are we going to see as the the heroic abilities, Jabroni?
So you get your bunker drop, you get lightning breath, you get the Hyperion and Ribbon and Terran. Malfurion is holding on. Does he want to go Tranquility? Yes, he does.
He's going Tranquility, and there we go. This is what we were worried about, back-to-back pay-ins. It looks like we are now seeing another Webweaver phase fall in favour of Hybrid Esports. This is dramatic.
Dramatic and all of the above.
What are some of the above options, Jabroni?
Double dramatic.
Triple dramatic, or just impressive?
Yes.
Okay.
So
it's all of them.
the lanes have been
I think
absolutely pushed in here
what,
as well.
What I'm seeing here is like unusual, weird positioning from players, and I think that might be overconfidence. Oh, here we go. Last Rites comes in, and with that, 35 gems are lost. Chelvin getting half health off of Gunter there because of his 2-level advantage.
Unfortunately, he had used bunker as well, I think, to try and get out of a sticky situation just before that, but the chase had come in. Massively well played by the red team, Hybrid Esports, saying, hey, our Webweaver is tanking this 4 damage, we can just run past this guy and kill him.
They are... Well, this is what I was just a way to comment on. I was saying that overconfidence is amazing, because normally your Genji doesn't sit as your frontline tank, but Chelvin has just been right up front this whole game, and he's getting away with it. He's managing to play such amazing maneuvers that he's getting away with it. In comes Hyperion to try and zone out their opponents, and it's going to give them the lifeline they need to try and clear these Webweavers. Remember, they have been 8 short this whole game. They've got 37, nearly 40 to pay in. I really hope they can do it this time.
It's just difficult because you put yourself in such a bad position. Oh my god, Last Right goes out on a blaze. You check the bush with his face and he is dead. And there goes the unstoppable lightning breath from Diablo, but he falls as well. He was just trying to put the damage out before he died, but there was nobody else to try and trade a kill because the bush gank worked out so well. You're down to 21 gems. You still have your pay in, but you don't have any of your front lines, so you can't even march up to try and do that. You don't have the talent, and you are going to lose yourself a keep.
This is just amazing. People in the audience are pointing out Monka S enabled what? No, yeah, Monka S is the other account that Chelvin plays on. So EPG Chelvin is Monka S is Chelvin. It's the same guy, it's the same player, all registered on the roster, all official and in the rules.
But yeah, I mean, who would have thought that the 2 people to come off worse from a bush gank was Blade and Diablo, and they managed to kill them both? That was crazy.
Right. 42 to 50. Are we going to see it, Jabroni? Is it going to be enough?
Is it going to be enough? Who knows? It's so difficult because it's so hard to walk up past where your fort used to be to try and get a pay in. It's so dangerous. You don't have level 13. They don't have.
Well, the other thing is,
they,
like, who has the gems? It's all on Gunter. Gunter needs to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem, and I think the enemy knows that. They're going, right, let's look for the Junkrat, but Candlelight is picked off. He's
getting chased down. The last right to go out, and he is dead with a blizzard on his dome as well. The Ring of Frost hitting Raynor. He can't get into the bunker, and he is dead as a dodo.
And the rip and tear and tire does not go off. And with that, they're now going to go for the boss. This is the throw pit being entered, and I don't think there's any danger of this being stolen from them.
I don't think. Yeah, I think they're very confident in this. A 3v5 is not going to happen. They even ran over to it while they were in full vision of the Hyperion. So they were confident that they're going to get this boss. They can't get a hand in, especially with Junkrat managing to get it. That is a very scary hearth, but
that is a terrifying hearth. But he manages because they've now got the defensive position they now need, which is the Webweavers pushing out these lanes. But is it going to be enough? In the great words of Trixler, is it going to be enough?
That is the problem. You've now had to give up your only Webweaver hand in to try and defend the boss.
But it's all about top lane right now. I mean, the other lanes can just forget about it. It is all down to this top lane. And that boss is looking healthy, and they're 3 levels down. This is terrifying. In it comes.
Yeah, Wit has had to pop Unstoppable and is getting out of there safely. They do lose the keep, and they say, we don't want any part of this. Bottom lane's going to be cleared itself, and we can easily clear mid lane of the Web Weaver without it taking any damage. So that's what I'm saying, is it's difficult because you had to pay in to be able to defend the core, but you lost your pay in doing so. Gunter going aggressive.
Yeah, if well, they need to. At this stage, it's you've got it. In comes a blessed shield. In comes the final fight. This could be the make it or break it moment of the game for either team.
Candlelight using lightning breath, and he gets lacerated and dies again. Renala gets X-striked and dies at max range to Chelvin. Chelvin on the Genji is trading out with the Junkrat.
Oh!
Raider dies to other full-on focus, but Chelvin fancies it. The Swift Strike does not hit. I don't think he's got... Oh
my gosh! What a
sidestep!
That would have killed him. That would have killed him.
That was massive, and they get themselves a camp while that was all going on as well. 68, they get a hand in. They've got top lane down.
There hasn't been a
second
for Flavia Felix to lick their wounds. They have just been getting pummeled time and time again, and it's such a shame because, like, I mean, I think everyone in the audience was wishing and willing and had their fingers crossed that they would get those 8 gems in, and they finally did, but it was used just to hold them alive, to keep them just at the precipice of defeat. But they're holding their own, and let's see. Is this going to be the final fight of the game? It looks like are they going to choose to back out, or are they going to go in for it? There is another red Web Weaver face.
Red Web Weaver and top lane and bot lane are pushed in very, very hard. So it looks as though
if they don't choose to fight right now, they're going to be forced to fight, split the fight, because they've got top and bottom lanes pushing in. So they have no choice but to defend the core or lose the game. This is a difficult last chance saloon. If there was a bar serving drinks, where they had last chance, this is it.
This is it indeed.
Last orders have been called at that saloon as well.
The red team pushing mid is horrible because it's just keeping the blue team there while the core is taking so much damage, and this is it. The Ring of Frost goes out, the Blessed Shield goes out. That is 2 people dead, the Blaze and the Diablo, followed by the Rainer, and now they find themselves a Malfurion stuck on his wands. Gunter is getting chased but manages to boop himself away. Diablo has returned, but look at all the damage going to the core. It's fallen super low, and now the enemy team have joined it, and that is the red team going GG.
GG! Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, that was dramatic. So that is that a 2-0 victory?
That is
straight
a
out
2-0
to Hybrid
victory.
Esports?
2 secs, I'll update the scores.
Alright, I'll do that just now. Yeah.
I'm down to me updating the scores. That is 2-0 to Hybrid Esports. Unfortunately for Flavia Felix, they have been knocked out. But a good showing. It's just, unfortunately, they got 2 very snowbally maps, is what it felt like. And when they fell behind, it's just very hard to come back. I mean, you can't safely get a pay-in, so it's just horrible. So
what I'll do is I'll take you over to the schedule page here just for a moment, so you can see that this has been the scores currently as we move through tonight's games. This is day number 1. This is the brackets as they currently sit at the moment. So with that, we now see that Hybrid Esports are going to move through in the bottom here.
That's not him typing this in. This is just the admin he's typing to, saying hello admin, and there we go. It's appeared on screen. Great work from the admin behind the scenes.
We're just waiting to see because it would appear that there has been a draw between Project Hive and SFD Gaming as well. So we are going to see them move through to game number 3 on channel number 2 at Hots Karis, which is exciting stuff there, and we'll see. That'll then give us our second team that'll be playing off against 42 Esports in that game. So before we go any further, what I'll do is we'll take us over to the replays and we'll get a look at how they've been going.
Three-man rotazione. Genji and Copenhagen say, I am not fancying this. He gets rooted, he dies, and you lose yourself. What's that?
Well, they lost the amount of gems they needed to pay.
2-man strike from the Genji, but nobody dies. It's Spec who's fallen super low. He managed to get 1 tippy-tappy of his healing well off there, but they do have level 10 versus level 8. So they are actually fancying taking the fight. The big root goes out, and there goes the last right. It gets the kill and resets Diablo's health. Chelvin says, I fancy you, Renala, and I'm going to come at you with all I got. The X-Strike
Oh, and they managed to get the kill. That is massive for Chelvin. He's trying to run out with his life, and I think he's going to get it, as Spec doesn't get enough damage. In fact, Chelvin's came back in, and he does it! What? Oh my gosh. Nobody saw that coming. That was... What?
Oh my god, last right goes out on the blaze. You check the bush with his face and he is dead, and there goes the unstoppable lightning breath from Diablo, but he falls as well. Pay him, but you don't have any of your front lines, so you can't even march up to try and do that. You don't have the talent, and you are going to lose yourself a keep.
This is just amazing. People in the audience are pointing out Monka S enabled what? No, yeah, Monka S